welcome to Elite Encounters. I'd like to give a special welcome back to the Elite. Yes, that's you, our awesome subscribers. We are here every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, streaming in front of a live studio audience. Hello, audience.
Cricket.
Not today. Not today.
Take a look at our channel to find links to our content and sites, as well as that fantastic subscribe button. Hit that, and you too can become one of the elite. You are tuned into the Soul Severed campaign, set in the unique world of Iota Dree. This campaign is focused on the memories of these heroes at the table. I hope to transport you into their story as we discover what made them so special. The last few times here, we followed down the trail of their memories into a trek across Vothfaril, starting at Doratham, where the group first met. They got into a bar fight at Books and Brews, a local tavern that the group were familiar with. The fight was started by some rowdy guards who turned out to be changeling spies for the human nation of Orvast. Constable and captain of the guard, Bright Sky, sent the group to find more information on these spies. This took them adventuring through an odd blood rain and a poison grove all the way to Oakvale, just inside the border of Orvast, where they found tragedy in the loss of the life of a child, but helped the village repel a band of raiding orcs. After the attack, they recovered files and information gathered by these spies through a human contact named Preston Dualt. On their return trip, they came across two different groups of orcs fighting against each other. They made a choice to help one side that seemed to have non-combatants. Their choice saved several female orcs and orc children. They finally made their way back to Doratham, where Turby was enthusiastically recognized and approached by Lorna, a star elf. She asked if the group would be willing to come on an archaeological trip as her guard. Turby and Callie joined Lorna at Books and Brews, while the rest of the group went to meet with Bright Sky. At the constable's office, they didn't find Bright Sky, but an individual named Varen Calvan. He claimed to be in charge of the security of the nation and paid them all handsomely for the barrel of files they found on their trip. We will now focus in to the group meeting back up in the same spot they all met for the first time, in Books and Brews. That's where I would like you guys to focus today. Let's focus back in on the memory of you had Turby and Callie and Lorna in Books and Brews, while the rest of you came back with your money and all that.
So, after the meeting with the spy master, I remember we went back into the bar, and I kind of left it up to Barnabas to hand out the extra cut of the gold.
Right. I remember equitably splitting it amongst all parties, including yes, including you.
You gave me some when you came into the Books and Brew, right?
Yeah.
That's like,
It was like I think we each got like 5 gold, something like that.
Yeah.
sweet. Yeah, no, 5 gold. Add it down.
Minus expenses.
Appreciate
Minus expenses and the traveling fee, shipping and handling.
That's right. Yeah.
Hmm.
Accountant fee.
Hmm.
Including our new compatriot, Avery. So everybody got a fair share because everybody, I think, contributed equally. That was my opinion. Despite the fact that I nearly died.
Well, I mean,
Even then, gold being the higher monetary value, that's a lot of money to be handing out.
Mm-hmm.
it's understandable that you almost died. I mean, anyway.
Wow. Okay.
Me and
Yeah,
Callie
that's,
was probably sitting here, you know, we was having our drinks before you guys came in, and 5 gold, pretty good. Be like, oh yeah, even Avery got some. Be like, be a doll and get us around.
Excuse me? I don't think so.
Friends, it's new friends.
Yeah.
Look, a round is only in Silva's. I'll buy a round. It's the least I can do if you all decide you're going to come with me on this dig. Not necessarily that we're going to be digging, but I would
Oh.
highly appreciate it.
Lauren has been telling me about what they're going for, and
Yes.
it actually sounds kind of interesting.
I mean,
What are they trying to find?
we're looking for, it's a Star Elf city, and we're looking for things that would represent the Star Elf culture, considering we're pretty much gone. There's not many of us left. So the city is Corinth, and it's been gone for a long time. And I'm hoping to find even pottery or anything, really. But books would be amazing, and works of art would be fantastic as well. So, but it is in or vast technically, but we have gotten permission to come in, and I plan to bring back as much as possible. It was not discussed as far as anything magical in nature. We're not exactly looking for that, but if something is found, I would have to report that before leaving or vast with it, since it is technically their country now. But I'm excited about it. So, much older city than mine that was destroyed in the Civil War. So
I mean, I don't have anything else on my horizon that needs immediate attention. So I don't know what your timetable looks like when you're looking at trying to leave.
well, I would like to leave tomorrow morning if that's not too soon for you.
I
Sounds
mean,
like an easy enough mission for this group. I think we failed this one. That's
Wasn't entirely a failure. There was some loss, but
You keep saying that, Toby, but you haven't really explained it to me.
I mean, all I know is we lost a girl. I took out the person that had her, and I left to go get the mom, and everybody else from the party was still there. Well, Turby got to do everything apparently. Anyway,
It's a bit of a tragedy that
it was
apparently
for you.
it was complicated.
Kirby. I throw fire and lightning.
and I think I think at that time there were three of us. 'Cause Barnabas was
Yeah.
unceremoniously unconscious.
Oh
And
yeah.
that's-
As I recall,
that's how you got hurt.
I had raced to try and pull the girl out from under the felled orc, and as I was doing so, I was accosted from behind. Defenseless, I was sadly knocked unconscious and unable to help further. By the time
And-
they got to where they needed to be, it was
And
was too late.
said orc that accosted you sat on the fallen orc.
I had no idea there was even a child. I just seen the one woman get taken off. That's all I seen. I had any idea what it have ran.
they were barbarous and cowardly and not true warriors. So their tactics were well,
Underhanded, at least.
yeah.
Nah. All right. Nothing a nail won't fix right now. Nothing we can do. Lessons learned. Turby finishes the fight, I guess, and go on.
You finished the
Lessons
fight.
learned, don't split the party.
I'll run and get those drinks. We'll get up
Yes,
and head to
please.
the bar.
Yeah, I'm empty.
She does come back with a few drinks in her hand and the waitress behind her helping with the rest, and they pass out the drinks.
Clearly need to take the edge off.
Well,
Right?
Turby just needs a couple, guys. Give him a second.
I brought two for you, Toby.
Mm-hmm.
I know
I
you.
was
That's the
gonna
only way I
say.
drink the ale.
Any chance?
Well, I did want to head out tomorrow, if that's all right with you, all of you.
I'm fine with tomorrow.
I do have a decent sized wagon and a couple horses to pull it.
I'm
So-
driving.
What, are they gonna sit up front with her?
Yeah,
Mm.
it's the. You'll see. I don't
Better
think
get
you've
it while it's
experienced
hot.
the carriage yet. Okay. Or,
We do have. What about our cart? Are we going to leave it here?
I figure we could probably just board it up in the stable if we're going to use her cart.
it's fair.
And if it's going to be boarded here, then I'll pay that expense as part of your coming with me. Sound fair?
Sounds good.
Seems
Yeah.
reasonable.
Good.
Very well.
While we're in the in the generous mode, we can all use new traveling clothes and some new traveling shoes. And so I don't know what
after seeing gold flashed about
I
him,
don't know
normally
what
people have
I don't know what
platinum.
a archaeologist wears when they get in the mud, but I'm sure it's not this.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
You have some time
you'll
to
be okay.
do a little shopping, but I can put your cart and horse. Is it?
Yes.
I will put them up for the duration of the time we're gone, and I'll let you all gather supplies while I go finish up getting mine together and everything packed up. And I'll see you all in the morning.
Perfect.
Very well.
We meeting back here in the morning for breakfast.
We can do that. Absolutely.
I would say
They
so.
do have good breakfast here.
I do like breakfast.
What food have you found that you don't like, Toby?
Anything cooked by this man.
She does put a hand on his shoulder as she goes walking off. I'll see you all tomorrow morning. She pats Toby's shoulder and walks out the door.
Carriage is knocking, don't come knocking.
What's wrong with my
Ooh.
cooking?
If it's anything like the concoctions you make up, it speaks for itself.
He hasn't really been
I
able
will
to eat any of
be
your
buying
cooking
some new
lately.
reagents before we go. So
All right.
So
Was-
she said this was an old town or an old ruined city. What do you think we'll meet there? What do we need to prepare for?
I'm hoping we won't meet anything.
Dirt,
Yeah, I mean,
stones.
All right.
Well-
Well, we're prepared.
we did ask her what some of the dangers could possibly be, and there could be looters,
bandits and travel.
bandits that they're out for trying to abscond with any trinkets they could to they just indiscriminately dig and destroy artifacts to make a quick copper.
Yes.
So there's some risk there. We are in Orvast, so I don't know about any of the tensions there. Other than that, I don't know. Would there have been any, since we're thinking about it, would there be any knowledges that we could kind of think back on to see what could potentially be other threats in these ancient ruins, especially having to do with star elves and the tragedy of civil war?
I would take society, occultism, religion,
elven lore.
elven lore, of course.
I only have 3 skills. You gotta let me use them when I have them. Okay.
All right.
I thought it was only one.
If it's ruins, I would also take nature.
Boom. I'm gonna try to figure something out too. Nat 20. So.
Ooh,
whatever,
natural
Oh,
20,
okay.
Turby.
what do I know, Mr. Wise, about
First,
where we're going?
first roll is a 9.
Of course. Of course.
That's a good start.
All
That's
right.
a good start.
And that's Turby under nature, right?
Yes.
All right. What is everybody else rolling? What have I got?
I have a 22 on elven lore.
I have a 22 on religion.
I'm gonna go the society route and get a 23.
23.
Cheating.
Yeah.
One-upsmanship.
Seriously, just roll.
Avery,
And
what
I
have
was
you
talking
got
about
over there?
society.
25.
On
Nature.
nature. All right. So I'll start with religion. You know that star elves, of course, follow the elven pantheon, and they definitely
I have no card.
are more toward the moon goddess, but It is still possible that with ruins that you could have undead, but it depends. Considering this is an old ruin, if there are any undead, they may have already cleared out. It can happen from spirits lingering after tragic deaths and such. Let's see, elven lore. What was it you had?
22.
22 elven lore. Corinth was a very, very large city, and you do know from your history and lore that it was absolutely demolished by humans. And there's a lot of strong magic around the Star Elves that hopefully maybe you'll see some of that. It is their magic that actually infuses the grove, that kind of magic that hides things. So maybe there are things that Lorna will be able to see that the humans cannot. You did society.
Yes.
Society, you will get that, as well as history, as far as Corinth was destroyed about 500 years ago,
Wow.
maybe give or take. And with that, you do know that this is also kind of unprecedented, as Orvast and Bothril do not get along. And for them to allow an elven archaeologist to come into those ruins is a big deal. They don't usually want any elves poking around any of the ruins where they have taken over. But it has been quite a long time, many monarchs since then. So this is definitely an unprecedented occasion for that to happen.
Right.
Nature, you guys can expect that this place will be overgrown, that a lot of the buildings and such will have either been taken back over by plant life and things of that nature, or you might find creatures that have taken up homes in any buildings that have left caves or cellars and things of that type. But with a natural 20 over there, Turby, you've heard of these ruins, and and you're pretty sure that your father actually spoke of these once about his travels, and that he said that there were a lot of ghostly things, that the place was eerie and just not entered, and that nature has taken over as far as plant life goes, but animals avoid it.
Okay.
I'll be right at home then when we get over there.
I would definitely be sharing that, or I definitely shared that, definitely heard of these ruins before, and could be something, I don't know, but the animals definitely avoid these ruins, so it's just not normal. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. You're the lightning person.
What does that have to do with spirits?
Did your father
Magic?
claim these ruins were haunted? Is that what I'm hearing?
It's possible. It's fuzzy.
There's a chance, considering.
Right.
That may certainly
I don't-
change how I prepare things in the morning.
Some reason in my head, ghostly sticking out, but I don't recall much else from what he had
Sounds
said
very
at that time.
supernatural.
I don't know what that word means.
Ghosts. Yeah.
Means ghosts.
It's just
Ghostly.
not
Not
stones or plants. No
Or
animals.
food.
We'll have food before we leave.
Were the shops, or is the marketplace is it still open, or is it late to the point that it's starting to close?
You might find some places still open.
I'm pretty sneaky, so
You're pretty everything.
yes.
like this kind of like pat him on the head, kind of pretty.
What?
What? um,
Oh.
I'm gonna go look. I'm gonna go look for a shop.
Okay.
Some kind of magic dealing shop of some type, maybe a scroll of some kind. Looking for things that would combat undead.
Okay. You can find a small shop.
Owned by
That
two
is-
brothers.
No, not owned by anybody. But
Not
you do find
it's
a
not Sam
small
and
shop.
Dean right here.
No, no, there's no Sam and Dean. Somebody making
Destroyed.
references. So,
I'm in the market for sausages. What?
What about Ghostbusters? We might need them.
Oh,
so you do find a small shop, and when you walk in, you can see that there are potion bottles kind of lining the shelves behind the counter, and you do.
I would
see
have
a few
taken
things
anybody that
on-
wanted to go. I wasn't just going by myself.
Yeah,
so.
I have some coin burning a hole in my pocket. Sure.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll go.
I mean, we all have some coin burning in our pockets.
Yeah. I
Oh, I
just don't
got-
remember exactly how much it was.
I would have got my water skin filled with ale and took 2 travel mugs with me to wherever we were going. So
Hope you're not
Just-
driving.
He always drives.
Let's drive.
I
all
do
right.
better. I do better with the steering when I have my ale. Trust me. Anyway, let's go to these shops.
We have to take shifts, keeping an eye on him when he's driving.
Everybody takes shifts.
All right, just because I'm shorter than everybody here doesn't mean I can't handle this.
And younger.
Yes, I'm kind of a baby in dwarven years.
All right, so we got the shopkeep here, and I will kind of approach the
Fine.
area,
It's for you.
and I'm looking for some very specific enhancements to potentially combat or eliminate spirits, untethered undead, ghost, ghast, ghouls, things of that nature.
Well, I would say I do have a little bit of holy water on the shelf back here. But I don't think I really have much else other than, I mean, I do have a striking rune or two, but that's about it.
Do you know of a place that would carry such things?
Maybe the inner circle. There's another store. They'd be closed by now, but you might check them out. It's what was the name of that place? It was, oh well, magic is in the name. I just can't think of it right offhand.
Magic.
Do you know where the shop is located?
It's inside the next circle, and well, obviously you'd be able to go in, as you're an elf, and they allow you guys in. But I believe they said it's near the temple to Corella Vane. I believe it's on the same street. So you might check there. But I do have the few bottles of holy water.
Okay. What time do you open in the morning?
Sunrise.
I'll check the other shop, and then we'll come visit you before we leave in the morning.
All right.
Can I? I don't know. Am I able to add more runes to my hammer? Like, is that a thing? I'm like asking just in general at the table. Can we do?
So you can upgrade the. So there's striking runes, which
Right.
are like your +1 to hit, +1 to damage kind of
Right.
things, and then you have like the ruins like you have returning.
Right.
So
So
you
they
can,
different slots.
yeah, so they
Okay.
kind of operate in different slots.
So I
on the map.
remember I
For
wanted one of them striking
potency,
runes.
and
Right.
things like that.
Yeah, I remember at this moment I wanted one of those striking runes, but I definitely don't want none of that holy water stuff. I don't. Who wants to drink that? That's weird.
Well, no, it's not for drinking. It's
It's water.
It's for throwing. You throw it at things, and it
you like
it's-
you
Like
it's
demons
holy
and
water.
shit,
It's
you know?
blessed by
Demons and shit.
Barnabas.
blessed by priests and such.
Barney throws stuff like that.
Yeah, before we left, I feeling kind of I kind of ignored Turby and feeling bad for coming in and browsing his wares and not purchasing anything. I will. How many of those holy water vials did this gentleman have?
I have 2 here.
Perfect. I'll take them.
All right, that'll be 6 platinum, please.
How much is it to get me the striking rune in my hammer?
6 platinum. Alrighty.
That's less than the gold.
Yes. Yeah. I'm just trying to do some math in my head real quick, and
Good.
it ain't working.
Because you're gonna have to help Derby out on that as well. So
Get your abacus out. You used it last time.
yeah, get your magical abacus.
I got it. I got it figured out. It's like the metric system. A simple divide by 10.
You guys are about to be
It's not
mystified.
difficult. All right, I will give him the 6 platinum. Take those items.
Something about Iota Drees freedom fractions or something. I don't know.
So the striking rune actually gives you an extra damage die.
Okay,
Doo-doo-doo.
that's what I remembered too, and I love it.
And it is 65 platinum.
Cool. I mean,
Just make a note.
Let's
We'll do the
I'm,
math
I'm,
later.
six and a half gold.
yeah, but
6.5 gold.
well, you gave me 5.
No, I gave you 10.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well then.
You're remembering incorrectly.
Okay, you definitely told me 5, but thank you
I did.
for correcting that.
It was bluffing. I was bluffing. I-
Appreciate it.
I decided not to keep
Told
the
you it was
accountant
5,
fee.
but handed you 10.
Right. I was like, oh, I just
Oh,
handed
boy.
7.
I decided to forego the accountant fee.
I take
and
6 gold and I take another one. I try to bite it.
The accountant.
I try to like rip the.
I
One
can
and a
I
half.
can give you change in
Oh,
platinum.
okay, then I'll give you the 7 gold instead of 6.5.
Yeah. He hands you back 5 platinum.
Sweet. So now I
There
got-
you are, sir.
The other rune is still a striking rune.
Yes.
I'll buy it.
Very well. There you are.
Thank you.
With the exchange of money, he'll go and open up a glass case with a ring of keys, and he will give you both the striking runes to add to your weapons.
With the exchange of money, you can close the shop and retire.
Yeah. You're good. Few months at least.
I'm just saying.
All right.
It's not
He
often
must
you
have a huge
see
overhead.
gold coin being tossed around, but thank you for your business. Is there anything else that I can get for any of you?
Wish I had somebody who would have talked somebody down on this price. Never mind.
You could have certainly tried yourself.
You're right. I probably could have tried. No, I'm good.
All right. Well, thank you all for your patronage.
Of
Hope
course.
to see you again soon. So,
So there's a magical shop that's in the inner circle of the city. Obviously, the only issue with that is
Elf.
you guys won't be allowed to go. Only elves are allowed in the inner circle of the city. So,
It's preposterous.
them's the rules.
Wait, elves aren't allowed in the city?
Only elves are allowed in the
Oh.
inner circle of the city.
The only time I'll feel special.
You should feel special all the time.
Well, anywhere else, everybody else gives me the stank eye for being an elf, but
Well,
hmm.
let them
I mean-
give you the stank eye while I'm around.
This is an elven city, so you should feel quite comfortable here. As long as you're comfortable in the city. That is.
I'm comfortable as long as nobody enters my personal space or does anything that causes suspicion.
Mm.
All right. Well, are you laughing about that we forgot our bard too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
At
she was
least
saying
today.
that is the leopard there? I started petting the leopard like, well, nobody's in the space.
Don't touch that thing.
Yeah, she's just kind of just
and then
chilling
I-
at my feet.
I
you
try
know?
to grab and see if she wants some ale.
So this creature is always with you. Speaking of personal space, it's not like a. It's always naturally following you around. It's not like a summoned being.
We're working on that. I've been trying to train her. She's kind of
You train
got
her to
abandonment
not
trauma,
be on fire.
I guess. We haven't really stopped anywhere long enough for me to just separate myself from her, but trying to work on that with her with training.
And is this thing always on fire like this?
It's smoldering. It's not.
She's not
that's
on fire right now.
Look,
You can
That's a-
pet her
That's a look,
That's
right?
quite all
when
right.
she's smoldering.
smolder.
She's
I reach
warm,
out for your
but
hand and like.
So
if she's mad or feels threatened, she will start burning really hot. But when she's calm and just chilling, she's very warm and won't burn you. She's just very soft and loving.
I'm also training a leopard to enjoy ale. That's a side adventure, side quest for myself.
I can't
So-
wait till she bites you. That's something.
Marking it down right now.
All right.
I guess it's time to rest and
Turn in
Get
for the
ready.
night, and
This-
or maybe drink a few more ales before you go to bed.
I mean, that's natural.
Well, now you have the money to spare. You have some.
Well, I've
For
already
change.
I've already filled up and I got plenty for the night, I think.
All right. So you all get a room at the inn next to Books and Brews and
Yep.
turn in for the evening. All right. Unless anybody did anything else that evening,
Nope.
Then we'll focus in on the morning when you all are meeting with Lorna for breakfast.
Was the meeting with Lorna before sunrise, or because I would like to go to the shop and then be back before.
I mean, she just said in the morning, so
I think yeah, and then you had said I think you had mentioned after breakfast, so
Okay, that's fine, I suppose.
if it's after breakfast you can
I mean,
you can head
Yeah.
out and we can
you can
make
get
that
up and
happen.
go whenever.
That's what I
you
remember.
Get up and go.
Correct, but I'm not trying to be, that
you
guy.
do get up 4 hours before
No.
most of us.
I mean,
Depends on how long everyone else sleeps.
I remember you going into the circle. Oh, whatever.
I did go into the circle, but we'll get there.
Okay.
Breakfast first.
Breakfast.
all right. Well, Lorna is there. She has a table full of food of different kinds of things waiting for you guys. I just thought I'd get a jump on things and ordered a little bit of everything and then some.
Yes.
Sounds good.
The
only,
corn cakes are amazing.
The only request I have is we stopped at the Outer Ring Magic Shop last night. They didn't really have a whole lot of great selection, but I know there's a magic shop in the inner circle of places, and if we could stop there before we leave.
Sure. Yes. If you
You're gonna eat
would
that?
like, that's fine.
I was.
Not anymore.
Of course. Yeah. If there's more you need to pick up.
Huh?
If
Yeah.
there's more you need to pick up, absolutely. We can make a stop.
I just want to be prepared. We assembled some knowledge together and Figured it might be a little haunted.
I hope not. I hope not. I prefer not to have to deal with haunting. Makes work go a little slower, but well, tuck in.
I will fill my plate and casually watch the interaction between Barnabas and Turby as he's picking off Barnabas's plate, and just kind of laugh at myself while I'm eating my bread.
You know, Barnabas, you don't have to take this from him. You can eat your own food.
I am trying to.
Yeah. Really,
Just push
all
him
you
out
have
of
to
his
do is
chair.
pull out one of them little potion things and be like, here, and I'm like, oh, I don't want it.
What if I told you I cook this?
Ooh.
Ooh, that'd be sick.
Oh, no.
Oh,
That'd be so disgusting.
Oof.
good stuff.
Did
Alright.
you?
To your
I don't
food,
remember you.
Kirby.
Did you tell us we couldn't go into the city with you this morning? Is that? You flat out told us we're not allowed to go with you.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, that's
But I
How-
suppose we'll just sit here and continue to.
You might actually get something to eat.
Right. Well,
Well, he can't go either. So
I would
I
have.
know.
Yeah, I would have given some of my gold here.
how much you giving me.
Probably like all of it.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm
Whatever, man. See what happens.
I'm buying a cart and I'm leaving town.
I'm holding on to the platinum. Okay, so I have.
Do you?
Actually, you know what? This is a perfect time to start training, Azara. So why don't you guys, could you maybe watch her while
No.
we go to the city?
No.
Oh, well, she's not that bad. Come on.
Yes.
I would
100%.
prefer
Barnabas
that you
You're going to?
no.
Okay.
Yep.
take that creature with you. You don't mind?
Oh, I assume the leopard had already jumped into my arms.
That's very presumptive of you, but
By the way, this is your chance to get away. 'cause his
She
focus is
just
now on the
kind of looked
leopard.
at you at that point, like, yeah, we're not there yet.
I'm picking up what she's putting down, and I take my plate and move to another table. While he plays with that fiery leopard thing.
I just helped both of us.
Give me some ale.
Now, as
think I
in true
recognized a
cat
glimmer of
fashion, though, in true cat fashion, cats seem to know when you're allergic or you're not a cat fan. She does get up as Barnabas gets up, and when he goes to the next table, she hops up in the chair beside him and looks at his food.
Yeah. I just kind of.
Here.
Go.
And I just take some of my food and I put it on her plate, or I pull a new plate and I put it on the table for her and be like, there. Don't eat Barnabas's food. Eat your food.
Yes. Do that.
Takes a bite, looks at Barnabas's plate, takes another bite, looks at Barnabas's plate, kind of leans over.
Ma'am, that is not your food.
You guys gotta
Mhm.
go. You get.
She
You
does,
got. We
she
gotta
does
get.
stop as Avery speaks to her.
Your cat's name is Ma'am.
It's Avery, or it's Azara. It's Azara.
That's Zara. This.
But she knows I mean business when I'm like, ma'am. Missy?
I see. This creature isn't natural. Does Barnabas know that this is not a normal?
It's
Clearly not a normal cat.
Yeah, it's not a normal leopard. It is definitely usually not found in forests or even in a town or following somebody.
Well, I have my suspicions, but is there a roll I can make to know just what the hell this thing is? So I
It's a
can maybe
fiery
learn how
leopard.
to.
It's a leopard that has fire.
I've never heard of such a thing.
While-
and I
just
while
tell
they're-
you
think
guys,
there's
I'm like,
something
Me
more
neither.
to it.
I got it.
Found her.
While they're having this little
Yeah.
banter, I will just kind of like pick up a couple of things and just like excuse myself from the table.
I understand. It's man or Missy. We got it. You go
you can
on.
give
You guys
me-
go into the inner circle. I got this.
He's got it under control.
Right. And then once you guys, as soon as you guys
You
walked out,
can
I was
give
like,
me a
Barnabas
nature
given a
or a
vote.
cult. I'll take either one.
I would be happy to give you an occult roll.
Okay.
I'd be happy to give you neither. Thank you.
Yeah, that's much better than nature.
That's right.
23.
23.
Mm.
They are normally not of this plane. They're normally from another realm of existence.
I knew it.
It is an animal, though. It is. It would be the equivalent of finding a leopard in the wild, but normally in, say, the plane of fire or a more harsh environment of that nature.
So how did I come across her in my own forest?
You're not
knows?
sure?
Mm.
This
Magic.
is just all
Hmm.
knowledge that's in Barnabas's head at the moment. She definitely they aren't necessarily good or evil. They're neutral like most animals. They just kind of are.
They just
But
burst into
she-
flames.
She can burst into flames, yes.
Perfectly good.
Only when you
Cool.
don't give her the food.
What?
You gotta give her the food so you don't burst into flames. Just saying.
That, I
She
scrape a
finishes
little
her food
sausage
and
on
goes
the
back
floor.
to
like,
Avery's feet.
Are you sure this will keep her?
Yeah, this is just between.
Oh, as soon as
this
he
is after
puts it
they've
out,
left.
she kind of
They've
turns her nose up at it and goes back to Avery's feet.
Scraping the sausage on the floor. Yeah, there you go.
Just go. Don't burn. Don't burn.
All right.
Gotta keep it happy.
Well,
Barnabas
Let's
is gonna have a
entertain
new brand.
so shall we head to the magic store then? Is
Yes.
there anything in particular you're looking for?
We just want to be prepared in case there's undead and untethered spirits or gas ghouls, things
Oh.
of that nature.
All right.
Apparently, Turby's father is intimately familiar with these ruins, and he said that there's the potential for some unlively guest.
Oh. Okay. Well, shall we then? I take it it's just the three of us.
Just the three of us.
All right. So you all head into, you three, Lorna and Avery and Several, head into the next circle of the city and toward the Temple of Corellavain. Okay.
Yep.
You do see a store in big letters on the wooden sign. You do see magic. The rest of it's really small and quite worn out. You don't really see any, you can't really make out an R and an L in one word. You see there might be something on the other side, but you're not quite sure. It doesn't quite.
Doesn't really matter.
Nope.
Mm.
I'll open the door and the little bell rings. Bling bling bling.
A very, very short moon elf with red skin is the one that is in there, and she quickly stands up from a stool. So, hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. It is morning. Okay. Yes. How can I help you today?
We're looking for items or magics of types that will help us better defend ourselves against undead or spirits or ghast ghouls, zombies.
Let's see.
Yes, let's.
Well, I do have a few things. I have just some holy water, of course. That's quite easy to come across. But I also have a disrupting rune over here. She'll move over to Walt. This is the disrupting rune. It pretty much disrupts the energy of undead, and it can cause them to fall apart more easily.
Okay. How many of those do you have?
I only have one.
One. Do you have
Mhm.
scrolls or anything like that that would give us maybe a temporary benefit?
I don't think so. Not about undead. They can be made, but that would take a little time.
Yeah, I'm not really. What? What else do you have besides just the rune and the holy water? Is that it for undead?
That's about it.
Okay.
You got any like armor or kind of clothing that protects?
Not
protect
for
them?
undead, but I do have a couple pieces here and there, helmets and such, but it, nothing to do with undead.
I will look at Lorna, and I will say, I'll just kind of like turn my back to the shopkeep just a moment, and I'll turn my back to the shopkeep. I'll look at Lorna, and I'll go, "You're probably the best speaker out of the three of us. I would like to probably purchase that rune. Could you see if you could get us a good deal? You know, with your influences, considering that we're going to go work for you for the next however long.
I can try.
I believe in you."
All right. Well, let's see. And she will turn to the moon up. So how much are you asking for this disrupting rune? She says, "Oh, we need 205 platinum for the disrupting rune." I see. Perhaps you could come down on that a little bit. This is for a great purpose, and it would be oh so good to I mean, we really could use it. Well, I'm sure you could use it, but
Does she look like she's
I
starting
mean,
lusting?
it's yeah. She looks like she's not exactly sure what to say, and the cross. I'm
She's
sure you could
almost-
use it,
she's
but
awkward.
I
I
mean,
tried the charming liar thing.
you
Would
could
that maybe
try.
convince her.
You can always try something.
Okay, what am I gonna say?
What charming lie would you say?
I don't know. I'm thinking.
So you're wanting to give me a deception to try to haggle with this lady?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
16.
Okay. What do you say to her?
Please, we really need this. My sister has been kidnapped and she's stuck in this overlast lands, and we need to go and get her before something happens to her. I haven't been able to find her in weeks, and we just got this clue that she's over there, and we just really need help.
Well, I can appreciate your situation, but I mean, I can go down to 200, but that's about all I can do for you. I'm sorry.
Could you take like labor as part of the payment? I'm willing to help.
No,
run the
I'm pretty
shop.
sure I would get in all kinds of trouble for that. Coin is the trade, or like items, of course.
Very well. I will. I think we'll be. I look at Lorna. I think we'll be fine without it. That's
Alright.
a little rich for our blood at the moment.
Sorry.
No, you're
I,
fine. It's not you.
How much is it in gold?
It was 200 gold or 200 platinum.
200 platinum.
Yeah, so that'd be like
20.
20 gold.
20 gold.
Never mind.
Yeah.
I still have my portion, but
Yeah.
it's not enough.
I mean, I do have the holy water for, 5 platinum a piece, if that would help you.
Nah, we just got offered that, but
No thanks.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Nice little store you have here.
Thanks. It's not mine.
Whose is it?
My mother's.
Oh. Where's she at? Does she not work in her own store?
No. Nope. She doesn't do that. But
Seems
yeah,
seems odd.
not really. But that's all right.
Very well. Have a good day.
You too. As you guys leave, one is like, I'm so sorry.
You're-
I usually am not
You're fine.
negotiate. I'm just kind of used to dealing with things that are already dead, technically.
We're
Um,
we're used to being handicapped on the negotiation side of things.
Well, sorry, I would help if I could.
That's all right.
But, well, then I guess we can head back and
Yep.
load up and go. Yes.
Sure.
Surely Toby's done eating by now.
Well, I don't know how how long it's been since you've seen Turkey, but I bet he's still eating.
Yeah, it's only been like 15, 20 minutes. It usually takes a while, an hour.
He might have had to order seconds by now, but he perhaps might be done.
Right. So we'll push back to the Books and Brew. I will hand Turby back his gold, and I'll be like, everything in there was crazy expensive, and they only had one thing that was effective on undead, and it was a disrupting rune that they were trying to charge 200 gold for.
You said way too many words.
Too
Doesn't
expensive.
matter.
Here's your money back.
Did you leave Azora?
It's Zara.
Azara? Did you leave her with us when you
Yeah.
guys left, right?
Yeah. She should.
I spent that 15, 20, however long trying to get her to drink ale with me. So
Did you
can I
get
roll
my-
something for that and see if how successful I am
Sure,
along
give
my
me a
journey
nature
here?
check.
The
Let's
cat
see how
drunk.
successful you
Easy.
are
Get
getting her to
drunk
drink ale.
fiery.
Frat
18.
dwarf at a party.
18.
Mm.
You can get her to at least come over and sniff it at one point,
Ah.
but then she kind of
That's fair.
snorts and backs away.
That's a good starting point for 15 minutes. You guys are back, and that's where you guys walked in. And I was like, a lot of words. I don't know what you're talking
Are
about.
you really sure you want to try to teach her to get drunk? Because, you know, her with fire and
It's not. We
Really
don't get
get-
drunk. We don't- Just have a drink. It's like water,
maybe to you it is.
and eventually to the leopard.
Trying to turn her into you. You don't need that.
Well,
Think-
or all of your things packed up? Are you all ready to go?
Yes.
Everyone? We should start out then.
All right.
Right? And I kind of just poke Zara and be like, wake up. Time to go. Kinda
Make
just
sure
get her,
Barnabas has all of his stuff. I like, Pat, oh, you got some extra.
Please, there's no need to.
Okay.
I'm
While you were playing with the leopard,
Completely fine.
Barnabas and I were getting ready.
Oh, I'm always ready. And walk out. Let's go.
All right. So you all head out. She had her wagon pulled up. There's plenty of room in this wagon for everybody to hop in and ride along.
Yay.
There's definitely dig tools and rope and equipment inside there as well. And with Turby driving,
I jump right in.
you
to the
guys will head
driver's
out
seat.
of Doratham in the same direction that you left before.
Right.
And begin your travels.
At least
Things
we're
are-
familiar with the road.
Things are rather quiet and seem to be all right. Everything goes just fine for the first day.
That's because we fought everything already.
Right.
Yeah.
You did. You
Yeah.
did. However, as you go into your second day of travel and you get about noon, it's almost time to stop and maybe have some food. You see something up ahead as you're in this kind of forested area, and you came through here not even 2 days ago. And you can see this fog up ahead.
Oh, jeez. Not again.
still.
All right.
It has a hint to it, greenish. Looks noxious. As you get closer, the horses start getting a little antsy and not wanting to go closer.
Is it familiar to us? Like, does it look just like green fog, or is it like, does it look like an ominous cloud?
Kind of ominous, looks definitely greenish. It definitely seems to be hovering up and over the treetops, and it covers the road, and it seems to stretch. Is anybody getting closer? The horses won't
Okay.
come within 100
I was going
feet
to,
of
but-
it.
Yeah, well, you
Can I try to
protect my
see?
ass.
Okay.
Use my low light vision and like roll for perception.
Well, you
Maybe.
can't quite see through it, but you can give me a perception.
I'm detecting magic. Standing next to him.
Okay, how close are you getting? Because I don't think you can see out 100 feet with your detect magic, can you?
Well,
So the horses stopped. You said at 100
Mhm,
feet
they
out.
don't want to come within 100 feet of it.
detect magic is 120.
Okay,
So
there's definitely some kind of magic out there at the edge
Just
of your vision.
all of it.
I mean, it seems to be everything that you can see that is in that fog.
Pretty
Seems
much
to kind of
everything
glow and radiate a little bit.
that way.
I remember
is
I was
magic.
trying to scan and see if there's like an opening or a break in this whatever we're looking at here.
Not within line of sight. What was your perception, Avery?
22.
22. You can see a little bit into the fog, and you can see the outlines of the trees, and you can see that the leaves are starting to wilt down within that fog. It's not looking like it's doing the natural order in there very well. It seems like it's poisoning them or affecting them negatively inside of there.
I think we're going to have to reroute.
I was going to say,
This
how
isn't looking too good.
can we make out how far like it goes? Like if we were to go one way or the other way around it?
I mean, you can certainly get off the wagon and take a trek and kind of try to take a look at how far it goes and scout it out a little bit if you'd like.
All right, I'll be back with my dwarven stride. And,
How
I-
close are you getting to the fog before
well,
you
if
skirt it?
I assume right, the horses aren't going within 100. Like they're not going past that mark, so I think I would try to keep that distance as well
Okay.
as I'm skating along.
All right.
See if how far
Um,
this stretches.
I'll look up above the tree line. Obviously, as we're walking here, does it look like there's air movement? Like, is there wind of any kind?
You can't really see that it doesn't look like it's being billowed around or anything, no. You don't see anything moving it above the tree line.
Okay.
Would maybe trying to get at the top of a tree to try to get some kind of vision. Would that help at all? Or would I just be
You can scurry up a tree and take a look. Athletics.
14?
It takes you a minute, but you can scurry up a tree and you take a look. You get into the highest point you can, and you can see the fog. You can see a couple pieces of trees that are taller inside of that fog, but they do seem to be wilting down as well. But it seems to stretch pretty far in either direction that you can see, and you can't see the end of it. But this is not the tallest tree. It's just kind of hard to tell. Those of you that were in the poison, were all of you in the poison fog before? Avery was not.
She wasn't.
Um, Everybody give me a nature that was in that.
Do better than that.
Right?
Gross. 16.
16.
Yeah.
15?
15.
It's not even worth mentioning.
Kirby, as you're trekking along trying to find the edge of this thing, it comes to mind you go, this is really close to that cabin you guys had found with the poison fog that you guys all had to run from before. This seems kind of close to it, within a mile or two. And without being able to find that cabin, you're not quite sure how far, but you're pretty sure it's close. it seems to have spread quite a bit.
I run back to the party. And as soon as I see him, I'm like, we're so close to the cabin. I want it.
Are you gonna be able to breathe through that?
Can we? For a little bit? No, right?
I don't recall that was a great idea.
Yeah, that was not a good plan.
And we can't just leave the horses and Azara here, and none of us can just
have the
walk in
chance to
there.
cast any spells, but I do have one that we can resist acid a little, but I can only affect one person.
Can we not just go around?
It seems like it's spreading from where the cabin was. Just
Yes, but clearly
It's
it hasn't
probably-
spread from coast to coast or however long.
no, it's obviously
Yes.
slow. I don't
Surely we can
know the speed.
skirt the edge and find a way around. We may have to go off road.
I can try my cantrip and know the way. I have that option.
I'm not sure what magics would do, but it's worth a shot, I suppose.
I never trying to make science out of this. Oh,
Well, you
Well-
know, Turby, speaking of science, we'll talk about that in just a moment.
okay.
It would have to be somewhere in the last 24 hours, so never mind. It was not in this area.
Magic does have its limitations.
So-
Now, on to science. You know that we're close to where you think that cabin was.
Yeah, probably
The
about
last
a mile.
time we were at the cabin,
Yeah.
how far out was this bank of this deadly fog? It took us how many minutes to get to the edge?
Hmm. Can I?
With your
do
survival,
I
you
know
were
that? Yeah.
looking around at the landmarks. Would you be able to know that?
Would I?
Go ahead.
Nat 20.
At 20.
Yep.
Goodness gracious.
See, that's
As
level right
you start looking around, you kind of checking out the ground and everything. You actually find the footprints of where you guys got away from there, and you were having to carry some people and things like that. Everybody was not doing well, if I remember correctly.
Right.
And
Like-
it didn't take you guys very long to get out of the fog, but this is definitely a lot further. Not good, not good. It is with that natural 20 and looking at where you're at, this thing has spread out to encompass probably about 5 miles of area. So you guys would be able to have to skirt it. It doesn't seem to have moved anymore, but it's definitely just kind of sitting there.
Did we take that book out of the fire?
So,
I think it was pulled out by a
knowing what you know,
Right.
you could
poker.
now, given the diameter of the emanation at the time we escaped to the diameter it is now, you can extrapolate a rate of growth. Given a constant rate of growth, you could assume that the diameter now would be roughly equivalent to 5 miles. So we just have to skirt 5 miles. Are you following what I'm saying?
We're gonna go around this thing. It grew 5 miles. Go around it. Let's go. I know.
Yes,
I know the way.
That's what I said.
I didn't know you had such a science-minded mind to turn.
Science.
I didn't know either.
And when I was explaining this, I was showing you guys. I put my foot in my own footprint. And that was science.
You're a literal rock star.
Yes.
That makes perfect sense.
Yes. And then
But it's making the assumption of a constant rate of
it doesn't seem like it's
expansion.
been moving anymore recently.
that doesn't take into consideration weather patterns or changes in wind current, that sort of thing. So we can assume roughly 5 miles.
Yes.
Perfect.
Let's go.
And you can get us around it then?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna. That's my vote.
Can you drive the cart off road? It's a simple question.
Let's go. Get up.
All right.
Terry was born off-road.
Okay.
Well, I guess
You haven't seen it done yet, so let's go.
I have not.
That's right.
I
He's
guess
gonna
we'll
put chains on the wheels.
Load up.
we'll just go around and
Tie some like little tree branches around
The wheel.
the wheels. You know. Like 'em- ribbed.
Got mud tires.
Hey, let's go.
All right. Well,
We're switching to off-road.
I am curious about. You seem to know something about this fog? Green fog. I don't think I've ever seen green fog.
It's poisonous at the very least.
But yeah,
How poisonous.
yeah, it was there was some kind of altar behind a dilapidated cabin that has some stone figures, and there was a figure there that was completing some kind of ritual, to the best of my understanding. But while he was enacting this ritual, this green putrid fog just kind of kept descending on the area while he was running this ritual. And eventually he ended up taking his own life in this ritual, and he turned into one of these statues that surrounded this altar. And we were left standing in the middle of this putrid fog and had to run while we were essentially coughing up our insides.
It was pretty bad.
It was not good.
It's nearly fatal.
So stay away from the fog.
Yeah, probably not go. I imagine it's probably going to be extremely hazardous and detrimental to the wildlife and the nature in the area. It's probably not going to be good.
Yeah, I take back what I said about feeling right at home.
Well. All right. Well, we'll avoid that fog then. So nothing should be able to be living in it or anything. Do you think
Yeah,
anything
not-
came of that ritual?
Oh no, I have no clue.
So is there a way around it, or is
Well, we're
We just
going
have
off
to-
road now. I guess we'll find out.
Oh, you pretty chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang. I love you.
You guys do find several bumps and
right.
such, and they
Turbine engaged.
gonna have to find a nice. Try to keep the cart together. Some places are a bit of a tight squeeze, but you guys seem to manage it for a bit. Doesn't seem to be too bad.
Yeah, nice and slow, steady. Pulling the horses
There's a
through.
couple places where it seems like the fog might be closer, and the horses seem to get a little upset. But you get them righted, and it's
Totally
if
relying
they're
on
not
Kirby.
staring straight at it, they seem to do better. So you can kind of weasel them around here and there. And I do need perceptions from everybody as you guys are weaving through the forest on this wagon.
Well,
All right, what do we have?
I got 8.
I have an 18.
I really can't see anything. It's, bouncing
26.
along.
6?
26.
26,
Mm.
okay.
Oh, I would
26.
26?
24.
All right.
This is a very well crafted floor.
This
Mm.
is great.
This is
Yes.
fantastic.
Well, I mean, I did have it commissioned in Dromathan, actually.
I mean, even with Kirby
I'm looking at the
driving, it's
floorboard so
still-
I don't puke because the trees are going by so fast.
Master
I
driver.
feel like
okay?
Toby's going too fast. While you guys are
Mm.
talking, Toby, Avery, and Barnabas, you guys see up ahead that there's this, it almost looks like something that should have been growing in a swamp. It's more of a wilted look. There's just this large bush. It's probably about 7 feet tall. It's about 5 feet in diameter. And you guys your path is going to take you right past this thing. But it definitely doesn't look like it should be growing in this type of forest. And it almost looks sick.
That's odd.
Everybody wait. If you look out the right side, you see the Wiltering Swamp Monster.
As you get about
What?
20 feet from it, you three also notice that it is slightly moving
Oh,
and
I
not
was-
rooted
I
to the
was
ground.
actually correct.
Yo, Turby, you
Stay
want
away.
to kind
You didn't
of
see it,
drive
but you were
away
correct.
from this.
Yeah, I had no clue.
Yes.
Okay.
They're great.
I would try to steer away from the fog and I guess around this thing.
Around this.
Whatever.
Thing.
I don't know why. I'm interested to.
Bush.
But you guys want me to? Yeah, we go.
We've already established that bushes just get in the way.
We could just light it on
as
fire.
you-
Run over it.
You try to get the.
You want me to?
7 feet tall.
Just run over.
Oh yeah, I didn't catch that.
Well, in the time it's taking to get them to turn and to try to turn the cart, and while you guys were talking, you've gotten about 10 feet from it, and that's when it really moves, and that will be initiative, all of you.
Why didn't you guys say something earlier? That's what I remember thinking.
You're the one who saw it.
It is hard to maneuver a cart within 10 feet of a bush. So I suppose. No.
Oh. Hey, Overwatch.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's not.
We
We have,
got
a,
a-
we have a bleeding picture in our battle scene.
That's doesn't look
Ever
right.
slightly.
I remember.
Let me know when that's fixed, and we'll switch back. Oh, okay.
In as we go.
My shrink spell was successful.
All right. So you guys were coming up on this. I don't have a cart, but but I will put. Where is it? There's the. All right. So we have technically. We have Turby driving.
Yep.
And. Oh, where'd it go?
I was trying to go around it. So
We have Lorna sitting up front with him. And everybody else is kind of in the back of the cart.
As we do.
And you do have the horses up front here, but as you guys start reacting, this thing has reached out and lashed into one of the horses here, who raise up
Oh,
in pain as it
that's rude.
takes this huge gash from its shoulder all the way down its flank. It actually cuts part of the cart's leather as it slashes through it.
that's not very
So
nice.
that's
That's
one
not good.
horse. We still got another one, right?
True.
Wow.
True.
Running
That's
on-
one way.
running
That's
on
one way
one-
to look at this.
one-
What are you gonna do with
ouch.
the horse?
All right, we're going to start with
1 horsepower.
all right,
Can't
25 to
left
30.
leg.
Anybody that high?
Huh?
Anybody 25
25 to
to 30?
Yeah, I have a 28. That's a lie. I have 27. 27.
Okay. Several out of 27. All right. 20 to 25.
24.
Do you need? Oh, where'd it go? Oh, why did you disconnect me?
You are not important.
Just trying to make sure I had Lenny here.
Who? It's been awful quiet.
Hmm.
Sometimes he is.
That's true.
There
I don't know. I'll do some damage to everybody to make everybody feel at home.
we go.
Excellent.
Hmm.
That works.
All right.
That'll
Hilarious.
jog our memory.
My memory will just implant him in there and be like, oh, I obviously took damage. Had to have been from Lenny.
That's
clearly.
right.
Naturally.
All right. So 15 to 20. Lenny's on a 15.
19.
19 for Callie. Avery, what are you running on?
Oh my.
And Turby?
Whoa! I got better than that. But
Take back what I said about the horse because I totally did not mean that. I was
got-
just terrible mood because this was not a good one.
So what was your initiatives, you two?
I pulled out a 12. Yeah, I just remember, all the confusion. Oh, you got a turn. Oh, run it over. And I was like,
And-
oh, I don't know what's happening.
Avery, were you holding up a 1?
Yeah.
Oh.
Only on one.
Oh.
You do get to add
Yeah.
a number to that, though.
She rolled a
Yeah,
one.
but she rolled a
She
1.
rolled a 1.
She's
So
last.
she last.
I mean, if anyone else
you
rolled a
can
1, we
fumble
would
with
add the
initiative?
number. But yeah. All right.
Man.
So that's going to put Sivril first. Yeah, you
Oh,
can.
I like
Hold
bringing
on.
up the rear.
That's
so
not right.
It's okay.
There we go.
Lenny back here with you. All right.
Well,
It's gonna be a mind game.
Mind game.
So,
We don't do
Yeah, I
mind
hit
games.
I hit my name on the button and it wasn't my chair.
Oh.
So it's gonna be a mind game.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Man.
gonna have to use your
What we
brain.
get.
All
Right.
right, Sivril. So it is your turn. You've got this creature that is unraveled from this bush
Cool.
and has just
I'm gonna
lashed out at the horse.
go defend that horse.
All right.
I would like to, using my
That would be bad.
elven speed.
Yeah. Oh,
Probably
probably slow.
it's definitely slow. I'd like to
slow.
maneuver around the back side of that thing, so that way if it's gonna fight me, it's gonna turn around
All right.
away from the horse.
You can get right here in one of your movements. It's
Great.
35 or 40?
40.
40. Okay, then you can get right here.
Great.
There you go.
I will snagging strike this thing to potentially leave it off guard.
All right.
Hiya. That would be 22.
22 will hit.
He takes 11. And he is left off guard. And then I will activate Dueling Parry to up my AC.
All right.
And I will rake the blade across this thing, and as it like kind of sleps through the swampy mess that the tangled branches and stuff, I just kind of slash my sword through it, and then I will just kind of push it with the blade. I don't want to like put my hand into it because I don't know what the hell this thing is.
Okay.
So I just kind of like push it with the blade so it starts to turn and rotate, leaving it exposed to my friends that are coming off the cart, I hope.
All right. So that is Sivril. Barnabas. That would take us to you.
So I can't recall. Was this cart, the back part of the cart we were riding in, was it open to the air or was it a covered wagon?
It's not covered. It's just a large open wagon.
Okay, so I could stand up in the bed of the wagon and it could
You
see
can.
this thing.
Artillery.
So standing up and kind of peering out over the horses and watching Sivril dash toward this thing. The first action I will do is to hunt prey on it, to be able to throw from this distance and not be too worried about how far away it is.
Okay.
Second thing I want to do is think, what is this thing? So I will recall knowledge to identify it.
Okay.
Is that nature or something else?
That is definitely going to be nature.
Crap.
Right.
I was afraid you would say that. It's an 18.
18, you're not sure. It looks like an abomination of nature as far as you're concerned.
But it seems like it's just a living plant.
It does seem like a living plant.
Well, plants hate fire, so I'm going to throw one of those at it.
Okay.
He's heating up.
Am I okay? Am I 40 feet away from it right now? How far away would you say I am?
You are.
It looks like 40 to
Looks
me.
like
It's
40
a-
to you.
I remember
it's about
40.
40, yeah.
All right, that's good.
I think we were closer than that.
And he is currently off guard.
Yes,
Or
he is.
It is.
Yes, yes.
We don't know. We don't
You're
want to
probably
assume.
about
It's a
35
he.
from
That's
it,
true.
but yeah.
That's true.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
It does matter.
Um,
Always matters, Barnabas.
because that's a 14 to hit it.
That will not hit.
It'll still take 2 points of splash damage as that glass vial shatters at
And
whatever
that's
it has
fire
for feet.
damage.
It is.
It is. You do see it splash, and it does hit the ground. And it splashes out. You see it burn the ground and things around, and where it does splash onto the creature, it seems like the wet, swampy look of it just absorbs it. Doesn't seem to hurt it at all.
Well, that's
Maybe it's
counterintuitive, but okay.
yeah.
Okay.
It,
Well,
it seemed to resist that fire damage.
changing my strategy.
Curses.
All right. Does that finish your turn, Barnabas?
Unfortunately, yeah.
All right. It is its turn.
Oh.
All right. It's going to swing at several.
Upgrade your math rocks there.
A
Good night.
what
sweethearts.
seems to be just this vine with thorns on it whips out of its back
Gross.
and at you.
Yep.
And that would be a 21.
That misses.
All right.
Suck it, Trebek.
And the second vine that swings out is going to be a 23.
Ugh, he got me.
All right.
But I remembered that he was taking it easy, so he only did like no damage.
He
Right,
did
that's what I
10 damage.
That is not.
Does not taking it easy.
That is.
Not taking it
I've
easy.
been lied to.
Yeah.
That is
My
his
memories are
minimal
foggy.
damage, though. So apparently he was taking it easy. I did roll
Well.
snake eyes.
Mm,
All right.
dang it.
Dang. So
But you have soggy pants on, so you take a little less damage.
Right.
From the
I immediately run away.
soggy pants.
It's third
It's been a long
action.
ride.
Third action.
It
Well
is not going to hit you with an 18.
Well, that's good.
All right. So that takes up its turn. Callie, up
Do
to you.
greatly appreciate that Barnabas went first. So now I know not to use fire, which was my initial thought.
Yep, you've learned something.
Bring the
So-
pain.
Somebody hide the Azora.
Definitely. Within 60 foot?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Bring the pain.
Fantastic. Sudden bolt.
Yeah. Bring
Okay.
the pain.
Is
that is a
electricity?
basic reflex. Yes, it is electricity.
Yeah.
Okay. Basic reflex. That would be a 23.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
I believe he made that one.
Okay.
Yes.
No need to roll damage as it seems to be immune to electricity.
What the
Altogether.
actual?
No.
Electricity goes into it and
Wow.
it just seems to ground it out into the forest floor. Perhaps more fire would do it,
Hmm.
or another element.
Yeah, my sword did just fine.
Choppy, choppy.
Yeah, chubby, chubby.
Mhm.
It's stabby, stabby.
We'll just cheer
All right,
you
I'll
on.
shoot it with my fire lance at the.
Okay.
See if that works. Fuck it. Nope.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Goes
15.
wide, huh?
It wasn't a one.
It wasn't
It
a
wasn't a
one.
one.
It's
Was it
15.
close?
15.
All right. So
15.
I
Unless
mean,
that
you,
hits.
you send that out. No, 15 will not hit,
I'm not,
and
I'm
it
not trying to
streaks
get.
off into the trees
I'm not trying to
behind.
get Roman candled today. Okay.
All right. So does that take up the rest of your turn.
Yes, it
Then?
does.
All right. We go from Callie to Lenny. Lenny's gonna go ahead and go with Bless. Seems to be all the allies around.
Should be
5 foot
everyone-
emanation
say
from
everyone
him.
but,
So
everyone but me.
everybody, but I mean, he can kind of squeeze his way up in here in between everybody into the cart, so that
Yeah.
way he can get everybody. Put himself in the middle there, and you will all gain a +1 to attack rolls.
And damage.
Great job, Lenny.
And
Feels like the first time.
Sure. Is that what you remember him singing?
Yeah, that's what he was
That
singing.
works. He inspires courage.
He's
So
like, I woke up today and I chose to be a bard.
everyone will take a bonus of 1 to attack rolls and damage rolls and saves against fear
Cool.
And
for the
that'll-
next round.
That'll stack with the bless bonus to attack.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yep. All right. So do. Oh, sorry. Lingering composition. I forgot that he does that as well. Right before he actually inspires. So you guys will actually get that for 3 rounds. All right. That
Excellent.
takes.
This for 3.
The last one is he's going to get out Sophia, and that is his actions. Turby,
Yes.
that brings us to you.
Yeah, I remember hopping off the cart into a position where I'm within 20 feet of
Okay.
that horrid looking thing.
All right.
See, I remember seeing several, he slashed at him and he did some damage, so I chucked the hammer.
All right.
See what
Your
happens.
your new hammer that does more damage now
Right. Right.
Ooh.
if you hit it.
If.
Yeah. 11, 12, 13.
13 will not hit.
Right. So I do it. It comes back, and I'm like, oh, what the? Throw it again. And,
Turby,
What was I throwing?
it's this big.
yeah, I'm sure.
How do you?
Oh God. This dice is. In
Did you
timeout.
overcompensate? Now you've thrown it. You've shanked the whole shot.
Yeah. I mean,
She's doing it in front of Lorna.
Yeah. She's
That-
trying to impress
that's
Lorna.
a-
I
that's
got
a-
it. You're nervous, right?
it's a 16, but
16 will not hit.
Oh
yeah.
my. First time, Kirby.
Well,
He got wrapped up in,
Yeah.
in Lenny's song.
guys, did you see the hammer? And then I did it again.
I've got it. It's the rune. It adds more weight. And
Yes.
you're just
You're
not
getting
used to
used to
throwing
it.
it. Got it. Oh,
Thanks, several. That makes perfect science.
yeah.
Fine.
That was my turn.
All
That's all
right.
I could-
That brings us to Avery.
Is there a way I can? So is that thing gone, or is it still
Oh
there?
no, it's
Oh,
there.
it's still there.
Is there a way
um,
for me to sneak around like the carriage to the hurt horse?
You can absolutely try to stealth if you would like.
Okay.
And remember, you can use an action to have Azara do her 2 actions if you would like, which can be to move and strike.
Okay, my first action, I'm gonna roll for the stealth. 6.
Okay.
This force is giving me not good luck.
The horse is upset, moving around. It's bleeding. It's not feeling good. It actually looks like it might want to take a knee even.
Can I try to heal the horse with my healing abilities?
Do you have heal animals?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you can.
So I guess that's medicine.
Do you have a spell for it, or just you using medicine on it?
Well, it's just a feat, animal empathy, or
Okay. Well, you do have the focus spell of heal animal as well.
oh yeah.
You can
I'll
use it
just-
as
I'll just
a
use the spell.
for 1 action. You can use that as a range of touch. So,
Okay. Yep.
all right.
What would I be rolling that with?
You're going to roll
Save that.
1d8.
1d8.
This one.
Mhm.
2.
Oh, sorry. It is heightened. You'll roll 3d8.
3d8.
Yeah, you heal animals at 3d8.
So there's 2.
Wow.
1.
And then one more. And a 7.
For a total
10.
of 10. You definitely have given it quite a bit back. It definitely looks a lot better than it did.
So we're not going to lose the horse.
Doesn't look like it. Unless this thing goes after it again, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's it goes after it again.
So that's 2 moves. Can I maybe try to use the animal empathy with this creature thing to try to figure out what it is and how to?
You can give me a nature to try to figure out what it is or something about it.
Okay. 16.
16. You're in the same boat as Barnabas. This is some kind of abomination nature. It's obviously from nature, but it is unnatural. I mean, that's about all you've got. You don't recognize what it is or anything.
That's bad for me. I should know what this thing is, but I just don't.
Okay, so that takes Avery's turn. We are back to the top of the order with Several.
Right. Watching everybody else throw fire at it and shoot lightning bolts into it, and it's just doing nothing. Turby couldn't hit the thing. It's probably immune to hammers. So yeah.
What?
Yep, it's got to be it. So I'm just going to keep slashing at this thing.
Okay.
I'm going to do snagging strike again.
All right.
That's what I got last time. 21 to hit.
That will hit.
Get your bard.
Don't forget your new rune.
It takes 15.
Okay.
And again, I'm just continuing to try and rotate this thing away from them.
Okay.
And then I will use my second action. I'll use United Assault, which gives me a bonus on my damage because everyone has attacked it. Let me make sure that's correct. Circumstance bonus on damage rolls equal to the number of different creatures that has tried to attack it last turn, up to a 4. So it gives me a +4 because 4 of us, other people than me, has tried to attack it. So if I hit it, I do an additional 4 damage.
Okay.
That's a 19 on the die plus 13 minus 5. So that's a lot of math.
27.
20. I'll say 27.
That will hit.
No crit, huh?
Not a crit.
What a bitch.
Obviously, it's not.
You got the 2 for the bard.
And the 1 from the bard.
2.
2 from
I
the
have
bard.
1. I'm not blessed. I wasn't
Oh,
in
you
the
weren't
radio.
Oh, you were
Oh,
not.
right.
He is right.
So 28.
28 will hit still.
What a bitch. All right.
But not a
You
crit.
are inspired. Remember to add 1 to your damage as well.
Right. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 damage.
Nice.
And I will continue with dueling parry to keep my AC up.
All right. That takes Several's turn. We are back to Barnabas. You saw lightning go into this thing and did nothing. Your fire did hit it and it seemed to absorb the little spray, but
Yeah, so Barnabas, I remember just being stymied by this thing. I have no idea what to do, so I'll just grab my crossbow, load it, and fire once. Because
Okay.
I'm not wasting any of my other things. That's an 18 to hit it with the crossbow.
18, is that remembering your bard?
And bless.
21.
21 will hit.
It's 2, 3 points of damage.
3 points of damage. Nice.
Yeah, that's better than nothing.
Yeah,
It
true.
it
And,
sinks into it. You see some of the leaves and bark shoot off of it. It definitely did a little damage to it. A little bit
Haha,
of sap coming out of the hole.
take
A
that.
lot of sap coming out of the slash marks. All right.
That's me.
That's Barnabas' turn. Its turn. It is going to reach out and slash at Turby with this reach of vine, and that will hit a
20 feet.
24.
Yeah, I mean, he hit me because I am in shock that he reached me.
You just weren't prepared.
What?
At all.
I'm 20 feet away from this thing, and I was like, what?
What?
That is 19 points of damage.
Oh my
God.
gosh.
If I was Barnabas, I'd be dead.
Did you say
No,
19?
that's not true.
19.
That is not.
This is cheating?
And then the second strike is against Several.
If I was
That
Barnabas, I'd be
14 is
dead.
going to miss.
Yeah, that is an absolute miss. Whiphosaurus Rex,
And the last one, it will miss you as well.
and that's his brother.
And that's
Shankosaurus
the end
Rex.
of its turn. We are back to Callie. You want to stay where you're at, or do you want to move? Or
I'm going to move.
Okay.
Probably gonna be a kind of a stupid move, but to the rock,
to the rock. All right. You can
To
get
the
there.
rock,
You
to
have
the
a movement
rock.
of how many?
25.
Okay. Yeah. You can get.
One hop
You want
this
on the rock
time.
Sure.
or beside it?
Bump.
In front of it.
In front of it.
Angling for
Oh.
a reason.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Here
Oh.
comes Bernie Hands.
Cone? Burning hands, I
Yes,
take it. All
yes,
right.
well.
So,
It's a basic reflex.
all right. Basic reflex of low. That is a basic reflex of 17.
That is a fail.
Okay.
Nice.
So we're gonna
38 damage.
see if more fire works.
Go ahead.
That
Trying
would be encouraging.
to dry it out.
How about 11?
11.
Unless the bard counts, and then that's 12
That would be 12. All right. So,
of pure fire.
you send pure fire out at it, and it seems to do some, but definitely not as much as you were hoping. But it definitely does burn it quite a bit. So,
Feels like the very
seems to
first
resist
time.
some of it. Some of it just hits wet spots, and it just soaks into it.
Is there a difference between pure fire and fire? Like I'm just.
Well, his has glass shards in it.
Yeah, that's true. If it gets in the wound, it may get infected.
I never thought about
All right. That takes
that. Maybe
Callie's
something to work
turn.
on.
So, we're moving on to Lenny. All right. Ooh.
Do something extraordinary.
Well, Lenny's gonna
Wow,
try
guys.
lifting up the brush and stuff around it and animated assault, just taking all of it and making this big
Here comes
cluster of
here comes
Classic.
here
Lenny.
comes classic party damage.
Everybody make a statement.
it is just
Um,
barely outside of being able to hit several, but
Oh
the thing makes a basic reflex.
my God!
Let's
Smart.
see, what's its
Whatever kind of pillow you slept on last night, let's steal that pillow.
Right.
I'm guessing it was his own.
I
That's why
am not
he's-
sure
Yeah.
what his save is. Oh, never mind. Found it. It hit that. So he's going to take half damage here. All right. So that stuff starts smacking into it.
I think
and-
I instinctively like throw my arm up, like, oh God, here it comes,
Yeah.
and I like lift my jacket up.
All them sticks blowing
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
Input
and stuff.
burst. Things just start flying around and smacking into it. Even pieces of itself that have fallen off.
Uh-huh.
The magic lifts it up and smacks it into it again, and that is Lenny's first one. He's he can try transforming Sophia for his
Last action.
last action. So that moves us on to Turby.
Right. Yeah. I mean, after he slapped me in the face from 20 feet away, I closed that distance because I mean, he obviously can hit me anyway.
Okay.
Like, all right, you welcome to the Thunderdorf, and that's my I'm hunting my prey now, and now my twin takedown. Give him the old. What is going on over here?
Mhm.
Okay. Nat 20 on the couch, but with the hammer I got 16, 17, 18. 18.
18 will not hit.
Okay, so
Oh, nope, he's off guard.
He's off guard.
okay,
And
sweet.
don't
so,
forget your bard.
And
Boom.
don't forget your bard.
yeah. Okay. Boom, boom. So I hit both.
And you said natural 20 on the
Nat
main
20
one?
on the
Nice.
second one coming in. double damage here now. So 9, 10, 14, 18 from the hammer. And then with the nat 20, is that like I get
It's a crit.
double,
Yeah.
right?
Double.
Sorry, math. Well, another 16 from that
My
one.
goodness.
This thing is looking rotten. He is
Rotten?
smashed into it. It popped open a big area of it. This rotting innards of looks like a
Gross.
compost heap just
Like an
spills
animated
out of it.
compost
The
heap?
smell as well. And
Blech.
you see just this goo oozing out of it. And when you come across with the engouge, you find that even more comes out. It definitely is not looking good. So that takes Turby's turn.
Hmm.
Avery, it is your turn.
Okay. Is he facing me still, or is he turned towards an angle, or?
It's hard to see where it's facing. I mean, the
Shoot that thing.
face kind of forms in different areas of it from branches and thorns and such. And
Was its wound
leaves.
facing me? The gash?
sort of, yeah. I mean, here's Turby. You've sorry, I didn't move you earlier. You moved up here by the horse. So yeah, you can see
You would
the
probably
hole
see
in
that.
it.
I pulled that out.
Right. I'm gonna climb the tree, and not too high, but high enough to get a good angle of
Okay.
that gash.
So you're gonna come over here. You want to come over here to this tree then?
Yeah, to get like the best angle.
All right. You want to give me an athletics or acrobatics to get up?
Right, I'll do acrobatics, and that would be 23.
All right. So using the two trees, you just right up there. Get yourself a good look at it.
Oh, jeez, there's an elf in the
Right,
tree.
and I pull out my crossbow, and I aim straight for that gash.
Plank.
And she shoots Turby in the back of the head.
27,
Don't forget your bar.
27 will hit.
and then
How many
more.
plus 2 from the bard?
So 29.
29 with it off guard. That is a crit.
okay.
Nice.
So
Double.
double your damage.
Should just be that twice.
3, 7, 8, 9. So 9,
So, and then one from the bard. So 10.
10, yeah, 10 damage.
It's really good.
10.
Yeah.
End this, Avery.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh.
Okay, so I jump from the tree onto its back or whatever the hell it is. I don't even know what I'm standing on. And I take out my knife and I stab it and it just go whoosh.
Slice that thing in half. So she bounces off of a horse and over onto this thing, comes down right beside Turby, using that knife to just follow up with that. You see that bolt go in, and then you see a little elf slice down this thing, and the two halves just spill apart. The disgusting innards of it sloshing all over the ground, and definitely getting on some feet standing around it. But the creature has definitely dissipated into a compost heap. And it is gone. I think with the end of that fight, we are going to go take our break for today. And we'll be back with some more of Soul Severed. So, finding unnatural creatures inside of
Nice.
Orth.
We're gonna
dodge.
we're gonna need you to work on that hammer throw.
Yeah,
mean-
just a little.
Saying once I got up close and personal.
I know you did
You
great.
got it
Yeah,
then.
softened it up.
Welcome back. We have just finished up a fight with a shambling monster and out of sight of the poisonous fog that they are pretty sure that they might have let leak out everywhere that they had to run from before. So we'll switch back to exploration mode and we'll be back to the game. So, after this creature just everywhere,
Really?
That's. I'm gonna detect magic on this thing.
well, not anymore.
Is there like a place of like where the magic was concentrated? Like, is there something that's maybe animating the compost pile, or
Like a curse.
There's nothing with it at this
that's
point.
gross?
You gonna dig around in there?
No, absolutely not.
I mean, perceptions.
I don't want to.
I start digging. With my hand. Trying to figure out, trying to help several.
Maybe
19.
it's got some money in its pocket.
And I'm also like,
22.
Avery,
25.
Avery, that was a little bit of overkill. I think your arrow killed it.
I don't know. I have to be sure. You know, just
23.
Okay. All right. As Turby starts digging through it and you guys are looking, you do find several gems inside this thing. It seemed to be just kind of
Saw that
in little
Turby.
pockets of goo and crevices of branches and such that were part of it.
is it too late to go back to that shop?
Right.
You find about 50 platinum worth of gems, small gems and such.
So we're gonna split this?
I'm the one digging through the dung.
I killed it.
You also find a small bottle. Kind of looks like something that Barnabas would have. You find a couple of those.
Did I find them?
Yeah.
I like tie it onto my shirt.
You tie one of them onto your
Yeah.
shirt.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then I'll be like, look, and I hand Barnabas the other one.
Be careful with that. That could be dangerous. Are they two of the same thing or two different things?
They look about the same. One looks is a slightly larger vial.
I have the larger one.
Of course.
Yes.
So
Yeah. So taking the vial that he handed me, I'll kind of is there a cork in it or some kind of lid or what's?
yeah, there's a cork in it.
All right. I'll gently kind of open that cork and I wafted and then maybe do a crafting with
Go ahead.
See what this stuff is. I don't know, chemical 23.
That is bottled lightning.
What? That's very strange.
Bottled lightning.
And the larger
Can we
one
read
would
that when we have
be
a Cali?
a step up. It's a lesser bottled
that?
lightning, and the second one is a more mediocre bottled lightning.
I look over to them. I'm like, good. I'm like Barnabas. And
Careful with that.
It's bottled lightning.
Be
And
gentle.
Avery said, "Do we even need that? We have a Cali."
Mm. Oh,
You know what?
can I have the other one?
Yeah, I guess that's true. You always.
I'm like looking
You want
around
to keep both?
where I can put it on.
Are you skilled at throwing weapons at things, or you seem more?
I just look at his hammer that he just threw at that thing twice and missed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Recent data would suggest no.
I think you had too much ale today.
Or not enough.
Not enough.
I take it off and I hand it to him and I walk off sulking.
You're-
Like I,
No.
no, like I'm sorry, I didn't hit. I didn't hit it, and Avery had to kill it. Got it, Barnabas, and I head off
You keep
by
that
myself
one.
for a second.
I'll explain to you what it was. You can
Okay.
keep it.
Okay.
If you throw that at something and it explodes on them, it'll do significant lightning damage.
Well, I am the Thunderdorf.
That's right. So we'll see how that works.
Practically in your jeans.
Right. Should I drink it?
No,
No.
I don't think you should
I
drink
don't
it.
think
I think
so.
that would not be advisable.
All right, my bad. My bad. That's. Whew. Can I hold the other one?
Can I
though?
drink it?
Do you want to keep both?
Negative.
Can I keep both?
Why not?
Sweet. I don't know where I'm gonna put. Like, is it small enough that it could like fit in my ear?
No, not quite.
I have a small beard. I can probably twist it around.
Braid it into your beard.
Yeah, I work on
Braid
that.
it into your
Yeah, I'm
beard.
gonna work on that for a little bit while we're doing whatever else we're doing.
Small enough to
What?
slide into your cuff.
I don't want it there.
What do you wear, a necklace?
No, I just had, and I just tied it off here.
Ah.
And I'm gonna have the other one in my beard.
He's going to get punched in the face, and that thing's going to explode.
I mean, a good blow to his face might get it.
I offer up one of my many pouches and belts that I have this here on my belt. Here, I have this. It'll hold a couple of those. You
Oh.
borrow this piece here.
When I look on my belt and I'm like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. I'm
Yeah,
gonna put them in my belt instead.
yeah.
Okay.
I'll need that back though when you're done.
All right.
He's
The
selling-
bottles?
No.
He's selling that and your belt when we get to the next town, just so you're aware.
It's just a piece of leather with some loops on it that loops into your normal belt that you would wear around your
Perfect. Yes.
breeches, and then you could pull them out of that belt pouch, right there at your hip, just as
Yeah.
if you were
I probably
grabbing
have
a
it
coin.
like behind me.
Yeah, just don't sit on them.
Okay. I don't usually.
You'll be
sit.
fine.
Normally sitting here, but I don't normally sit.
I
Always-
cannot
always
wait
freaking
to
walking.
observe what happens.
Well, you're
Ooh.
driving a cart.
I fling it to the front. And
I generally keep mine at the side.
I
that's weird.
Right off the
That's where
hip.
my hammer sometimes. Can't
pretty
do
sure
that.
that Kirby's gonna get electrocuted.
This thing is fascinating as Lorna has come off of the cart once the thing was dead. And she's kind of, she's got a few tools and she's like kind of poking around at the insides that have spilled out and moving parts of it around. And she does pull out her own vial and does scoop
each,
up some of
okay.
the innards and puts them in there. And do you think that this is naturally here? Do you think maybe it came out of the poisonous fog over there?
I don't think there's anything natural about that creature other than the fact that it's made out of nature.
Okay, now that we're not in battle, can I get a lore? But the only lore I have is Fiendish Flames and Academia. But I also have Occultism and Nature.
You can try occultism or nature.
May the
Okay.
force be with you.
About a 21?
Very nice.
On nature?
Yes.
Well, this would normally be what would be considered a shambler, but they kind of hide and look like the surrounding area, and then they're a plant that essentially comes to life and will attack, and it's a carnivorous plant that eats animals, people, whatever it can get a hold of. They like to ambush. This one has definitely got something wrong with it, though. There's definitely, this is not a normal shambler. It is gooey and gross.
Down
And
with the sickness.
It's a mutated shambler.
So that's probably why I couldn't figure out what it was. It was just too sick. Whatever this is.
Maybe it's affected by the fog. And it's.
I'd say it's a dead shambler.
You're right, it is. A dead mutated shambler.
So this isn't its normal habitat. We're not likely to run into more of these the further we get from the fog.
They're more elusive than anything.
There's really only one way to find out.
Forward march.
Right, guess let's go.
That's true.
Get up on this cart, and the horse is okay, I think, right?
Yeah, I healed
Ish.
him.
It
Alright.
definitely still has a little bit of an injury to it, but it's definitely better off than it was. But it still has a wound across its side and has a little bit of a limp going on.
Can you do that again, Avery?
I can try.
and we're gonna have to figure out how to fix
Should
the
be your focus spell over there, right?
barding.
Yes, is the horse going to be able to pull the cart effectively with the damage to the, as she said, the rigging, the barding?
Do I have to make a roll for what he just asked me? Like, is the horse? Would I know if the horse was like in its condition? Can it still pull the cart?
It could. It would
15?
be slower.
She just healed it
With
again
her
for 15.
healing it, it definitely
All right.
will be fine. However, it did cut through one of the straps. You might want to fix that before you guys head out.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I'll just take some rope out of the cart
Survival.
and just craft like just where the strap was connected. I'll just replace it with rope.
I got a 15 in healing, so does that do anything?
That definitely will heal it the rest of the way up. Yes.
Speaking of wounded, aren't you hurt?
I mean, I am bleeding a little bit. Not like most times when I'm after battle and I am held together by bubble gum and
I know.
band-aids.
Toby, you're not looking so well yourself.
I mean, he hit me once. Let's not make a big deal about it.
You're hurt as
But
well.
we also, if we're going to run into more of those things, I don't know that we're necessarily in the condition to stand there and fight many more of those.
True.
Well, I do have the capability of. I did happen to pick up a healer's kit. So I certainly tried some more mundane attempts at
I mean,
patching you up.
I'll take anything you can give me.
All right. Yeah, I'll spend some time to treat wounds on the hurt folks. I don't think anyone else is wounded in that fight.
No,
Aside from,
just you
Just
two.
a
Kirby
two
and
that's
I.
supposed to be.
aside from my ego. All right.
Yeah.
So treat wounds.
How do you treat that? Is that a
I just by myself and I,
because it
kinda-
burns.
meditation. I don't know.
I mean,
you find the treatment at the bottom of a bottle or something? Oh man.
better.
So, okay. Lenny, do you have a song you could sing to inspire me to perform better at this? You seem to have inspired us in combat. How about inspiring us when we're not fighting?
I mean, I could maybe help somebody heal a little bit.
Okay, well here's a roll.
Here we go. He says.
Never you mind.
I mean,
Do your thing.
you know, Turby doesn't really like your bottles of stuff, so a hymn of healing on Turby, I guess.
Oh, okay. That works as well. I was just simply patching them up with bandages. I got a 20 on the first medicine check. So that I believe, what is that, 2d8?
I think that's 2d8, is it not?
I would take a band-aid.
Seer, you should have a chart there, right? At the bottom for 20 on his medicine. Is it 2d8?
To treat wounds.
It.
Oh.
Oh,
No, I
somebody's
can't.
talking.
I mean, I will try. Again.
I don't
I
better-
see it.
Thank you.
Ah, here we go.
Yeah, I said seer, and it said what?
All right. What did you get total?
I got a 20 on treat wounds.
Natural 20?
No, just a 20
Okay,
total.
that is-
Dirty.
Dirty 20.
Dirty.
That's 2d8 plus 10.
My bandages are clean. 2d8 plus what? I'm sorry.
2d8 plus 10.
Whew.
Nice.
Wow.
Did you say 2d8 plus 10?
How's about 20 total?
How's
And-
about change of profession?
And Turby, you're going to, over
2d8
the
plus
course of
10?
about 30 seconds, you'll
Holy crap.
heal 24 more points. You'll heal
Who's
24.
that? I haven't even met
That's
her
healing
yet.
at 4.
4. Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
We're good.
Good gravy.
Uh,
She asked if I miss sunshine. I don't even know who that is, but it's nice outside.
never heard of this person.
Not
I,
yet.
I do miss the sunshine with all this fog.
This
Right.
fog and
Overcast fog,
stuff.
grossness stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So,
All right.
is anyone still hurt?
No, I'm golden.
Several, you are. You're,
I
you're
mean-
doing all right?
You could have brought me back from the brink of death.
Here we are. So you all continue, Turby picking the way through the forest. Every once in a while you'll have to actually get down and lead the horses or squeeze through, try to make sure the wagon's actually going to fit. But eventually you do, you're making a sea around it as you're coming around the curve. You finally do come back to the road. It takes a little while, and it's definitely well past lunch at this point. And your stomach is rumbling and hungry because you've missed your lunch.
Anybody pack food? Or did we even
Stupid
think about
horses.
that?
I did bring some rations and a bit of food. Yes.
We've been traveling. We have food.
Mm.
I'm sure.
We have some Turby snacks somewhere.
Yeah, it's
Turby snack.
probably time to stop, guys. Just saying, horses, they're tired.
Seems reasonable.
We can eat.
That's
too.
fine.
Cool.
All right.
Hitch them up.
Well, you guys stop and
Well, I had to walk them. This is when I was walking them through some stuff.
get them back on the road, and you guys decide to actually, stop there, have a bit to eat and everything. You don't see any other travelers on the road. and-
Have we made it around this fog bank?
Yes, you
All
make it
right.
around and back to the road, and
That's what I'm talking
you're
about.
now
There we
heading
go.
back up toward Orvast. And the rest of your trip, we really didn't see any other travelers. You didn't have much encounter. You didn't have any real issues, but you do know that once you start getting closer, you will be kind of splitting off from the trail that you took before, and you won't be coming near Oakvale, but you will be going into Orvast.
Have we seen this fog bank with it being nighttime yet? No, we haven't, have we?
We fled well before night fell the last time, so yeah.
When we got to the road, back onto the road, I will, as we maybe 100 feet from the fog bank, I will get some, I will take two small trees, and just kind of fell them across each other across the road, and I will make a makeshift sign like warning, danger, poisonous fog ahead. I don't know what this looks like in the dark. It could be completely invisible to people who don't, can't see it in the dark. And I don't want people running into this, on their travels. So I will kind of block the road and put a sign that says, warning, poisonous fog ahead. Steer
Should've done
clear
that on the other
kind of
side,
thing.
too.
All right. It's a good idea. Possibly saved some lives there. All right. Was there anything else that anybody remembers doing before you actually entered Orvast? And
Nope.
All right.
Noted where he crossed the trees to see if we come back, if it's further,
Right.
closer.
So you guys continue on, and you get into Orvast, and it opens up more into fields and plains, and you can see little farms dotting here and there, and it kind of reminds you a little bit of Oakville, but it's not quite. And moving on into this human nation, you are about half a day travel in past the border when you come to another area of forest, and it's these beautiful birch and oak trees, and they're just towering, and they look like they have been there for years, hundreds and hundreds of years. And you go on into that forest, and that's where you'll end up going off-road again in order to get to the lost city of Corinth. It is about 2 miles out when you come across something else. I would like everyone to make a perception.
Time out. Get out of here.
24.
24,
19.
19,
22.
22.
23.
10.
All right. Those of you that at least got a 21, you notice that as you're getting closer, Turby's sure you're within a mile of these ruins, that these trees are a lot younger. They're definitely you have a younger forest going on here. And the thing that those of you that at least got a 20 notice is there's something or somebody, well, multiple things
I've
or
got a
bodies
feeling
There's something.
watching you.
somebody's watching me.
And kind of trekking alongside in the brush and behind trees. And they seem to be keeping pace with you.
You guys
Whether
see
in the tree, in the brush. You don't quite get a look at who or what it is, but something is out there.
You
Okay.
guys see that? Or is it just me?
Oh,
I didn't.
I see it. And I will elbow Callie because I see her staring at the floor of the.
These trees are going by too fast for Kelly.
She's
She's
getting motion sickness. Ugh.
yeah.
There's people watching us in the woods. Just want you to be aware in case they decided to get frisky.
We have different definitions of frisky.
I don't think we do, but
Oh,
I'm just gonna pull my crossbow out and have it ready just in case.
Lorna leans over. Toby, have you noticed that someone is out there?
no. I guess now I do. Hey, guys. Like I kind of whispering, but kind of not. You guys see?
yeah,
I'm with you, Turby.
I will obnoxiously loud point out that we see them.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm just
I
going.
see him too. And I'll
All right,
make
cool.
Sure I'm like,
Yeah.
Hey, you guys hear that? We see you.
At that
Yeah.
point, about 20 feet
Oh.
ahead of your path, a deep golden skinned sun elf will drop down out of the trees. He's got long, light brown hair. It's pulled back.
Do I go faster?
I wouldn't recommend it.
I don't know. All right, I'm pulling back.
Ain't no brakes on this train, baby.
Go.
Hmm.
Seems an odd group to be heading off road. He's speaking in Elven. So if you do not understand Elven, you do not understand him.
Seems like an odd place to be standing in the middle of a road.
Well, there's no road here. Not anymore.
Anywhere that one travels, surely there can be a road.
What is your business here?
I point at Lorna.
Oh, yes, I have papers and invitation to the ruins of Corinth, and I'm sorry. I would say the same to you as well, to see a sun elf here in Orvast. Kind of looks at her and says,
I want to read the interaction between the two.
even more so than yourself? Well, I'm an archaeologist, so yes, it makes sense for me to be going to ruins. Go ahead, roll your perception.
19.
He's suspicious, quite suspicious, but as she's speaking, he kind
But
of seems to see the trip up in his own words of, he's speaking to a star elf. This used to be a star elf city.
And she is suspicious that he's here, right? Like she's like kind of like, why are you here, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, she's
Okay.
curious, more
Yeah,
curious
gotcha.
than suspicious.
Gotcha.
He says, well, we have papers as well. Perhaps you'd like to see the leader of our dig so that you all can make sure that you don't step on each other's toes.
I just kind of like look into the cart and I'm like, I didn't know these like archaeological areas were such a hotbed of activity.
Well, normally they're not. This is kind of exciting that there's another dig crew here.
But what does that
Sure.
mean is here?
Huh.
Perhaps take us to your camp. Shall we?
Hi, have you met Red Flag Randy? Like
Who's Randy?
this guy, he's Red Flag Randy. I know that's not your name. I just apologize, but you go to archaeological dig sites. You're pretty much there by yourself digging in the dirt, right? All the boxes have been checked. We show up at this place. On the way there, we run into the Sun Elf guy who says that there's another archaeological dig site happening or taking place in the exact location of which we're going. This doesn't throw up red flags for anybody else. Like, this seems
it
strange to
absolutely
me.
Does.
Oh, it does.
Something's
Certainly,
wrong.
yeah. Especially since they're
However, I
sending
would-
scouts out to intercept anyone coming
Right.
to the site. Number one.
Are you
So,
just talking
number
in
two-
common now? Cause
Yes,
like,
I switched to common.
sweet, because I have no idea
Common.
what was going on before. I mean, you know, it's big ruins. I mean,
They don't speak out.
definitely keep an eye out on these people. I would say,
it
but
is
Just
a
need a little
large
velvet in you.
city. I mean,
right, it
it's
might.
not necessarily unheard of.
I mean, okay.
I don't know. Where I come from, there was paleontological dig sites with two opposing academic factions searching for the same fossil remains of ancient life, and it came to blows, and there was bloodshed and even death over these artifacts. It makes me very nervous.
I guess that's why we're here, right?
Exactly.
Okay. All
Shall
right.
we?
Kirby, how's your hammer accuracy when throwing them at other
How-
elves?
I think I'm good
Okay.
How close are we now, do you think, Tabby?
to the
I mean-
ruins. What were we like? I think about a mile out.
The elf's kind of been standing with his arms crossed, and he says, "Look, if you want to come to our camp, that's cool, but I wouldn't recommend actually camping in the ruins. If I were you?
Why not?
There's a lot of
He's speaking Elven, right?
activity.
I'm translating.
Oh,
There's a lot of activity in there. I'll let our lead
Can-
Let's do
give you
that.
that.
can
Do you have
we see where your camp is?
you have a map you can show us
Map,
where we're
show
going,
where
or
you-
are you going to walk us there?
I was just gonna lead you there.
You have
Is
a,
it that way? Like what if we're gonna go somewhere else possibly? Well, I just want to know where your guys' camp is in relation to the ruins, and how it's beneficial for us to go there. as
I
opposed to
don't
our-
have a map on me.
we
the
should
leader of our
probably
dig
at the
does.
very least we should probably touch base with their lead.
Yeah,
I
Blue Leaf
mean-
will have a map. I'm sure he's got one in there. You can discuss it with him.
They might have information that could be beneficial for us.
At the very least, they'll have information that she wants. I mean, that's why we're here, right? My job is to make sure
I
she
mean,
gets what
not
she's
sure
after.
how far your wagon will go through the brush and such, but
The leader's name is what?
Blue Leaf, Montier. Blue Leaf.
Monty.
Blue what? Blue?
Montier. Blue Leaf.
Blue leaf.
Yes.
Monty
Montier blue leaf.
Elven lore, for those of you that have it.
Blue.
That would be probably only one guy.
The two elves.
This is where I'll roll a 2.
Don't do that.
I'll roll a 7 instead.
Oh, yeah. I roll this.
So mine's a 12.
Would society know this guy?
You could try it.
As I was thinking about that, I kind of leaned over to Turbian and Dwarven, whispered, "Watch for ambush," in a very rough Dwarven accent's not quite right.
Aw, you
Avery,
tried to
what
worm
did you
your
get
way
on
into
your
Kirby's heart.
elven lore there?
Shoot. What'd you get on yours?
Got a 3. I don't know what.
Oh, yeah, you know.
3.
Society's 26.
26. All right.
You're good for all those elven books I was trying to read and get.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's because I don't know anything about elves.
There's a good book out there. It's called Babel.
Lord. Let's keep my
That's
eyes
all I learned.
open.
It's like conversational
For a
elven.
possible place for us to set up an ambush.
That's not what I said. Said, watch
Set up an
For-
ambush.
an ambush. Not us.
Oh God.
Them.
Oh, we're ambushing them? No. No.
Ambush them.
Can't take him anywhere,
Ah,
even though he takes us everywhere.
right.
That's what I get for learning a language from books instead of
Here you go.
culture
Actually speaking,
Just for you.
immersion.
All right.
Yes, gotta learn the immersion.
Well, are you coming?
Yep.
He'll lead the way. After about a quarter of a mile, the wagon is definitely too big to continue on.
hmm.
I'll walk.
Yeah, I mean, we'll walk, tie up the horses, I guess.
I helped Turby secure the horses and make sure that they're safe and continue in Dwarven. They may ambush us. This Blue Leaf guy is a high-ranking officer in the Sun Elf military.
Okay.
It's odd to have a military presence at an academic endeavor like an archaeological dig site. That probably doesn't come out very well in Dwarven.
Right.
So, dig place, army guy, bad.
Big,
Right.
big place
That's
army
what I got.
guy. There's no real word for
Yeah.
smarts, archaeological, anything. So
I'm sure there is. I
Dig
don't know it very
stones.
well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Got it.
It's a clumsy interpretation.
military elf army guy, tunnel hole dig, bad news, bears.
Bad news. Danger.
There's
Got
bad
it.
feelings in the stones.
Yes. Rumbly on my tumbly.
And I'll try to oh man, could I try to kind of very cautiously pass that information along to my other compatriots as well, speaking in common, but like whispered so that our guides don't hear that. What kind of check is that?
She said you can surely try.
You
That's
can
crafting alchemy,
always
right?
try.
know.
You could attempt a stealth to try to
Like pass a message sort of
pass a
thing.
message, either written
I
or.
would try to pass.
I
the
would
message.
take
Try to do it
stealth
quietly.
over. Yeah, I'll take a stealth. Yeah, take that over other things
be
that I
on
have lower scores.
against your guide's perception DC.
Oh well, on this fancy die that I have been gifted, the roll came up. Fuck me,
Yep.
which translates to
It's a one.
a 1.
Oh,
no.
Like, hey guys, yeah, just very blatantly like.
He's like whispering, and then the guy like walks by. He's like,
Like-
his name is Blue Leaf.
Don't look over there right now. You can't trust these guys.
You're
Oh, I
totally
love
doing
it.
so well with the Dwarven, and then you just blurted it all out.
I know. I wanted to share it with everyone just to make sure that we're covered. I don't want them to blunder into a trap and just us be aware.
Makes sense.
And now,
We're watching you.
Now I'm sure everyone's aware.
Yeah.
now that we're on the same page,
Oh,
Don't
yeah,
ambush us.
Your guide is kind of going. Right.
Wait, do you even speak Does he even speak common?
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's common.
It doesn't mean
So,
anything.
Camp's this way. Kind
Okay.
of shakes his head and continues leading the way. His long brown ponytail kind of swinging as he's trekking through, and
So in other words, he was just being rude and talking in Elven because he's an elf. No offense.
Are you
it is our
trying to
preferred
rile me up?
language, he says over his shoulder.
Yes, when in
I
home.
wasn't
In
trying to
Elven.
hide anything.
When you got it, flaunt it.
And you guys come through this brush, and after a little while, you come through this brush to a more open area, and you see several tents. Probably about 15. One really large one toward the center. About 15 tents. She says, "Oh, well, they must have a very large dig. Whew. Competition, I guess."
How do you spell naive? Lorna? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, come on.
How about a lore academia to know that this is not normal
B.
for archaeological endeavors? Academia 12.
I mean, it's not normal. The fact that there's a militaristic name in there that might set off a few things in your brain. However, Orvast is not known to get along with Both Tyril. So if they allowed elves from Both Tyril in there, it would make sense for them to send a bit of a military presence. Maybe they're trying to do it slyly as you look around, and none of them are in uniform. There are some that are armored. You definitely, it doesn't look like a military presence to you with the 12. So.
Interesting.
Just a very
But it is a large
dig.
encampment for an archaeological dig, as far as you're concerned.
Yeah. We'll just stay on our toes.
So I just want to kind of survey the area, like not just their camp, but like what else is in the proximity. Like, obviously, if you're going to do an archaeological dig, right, you're going to set up right next to what you're digging because that's kind of what you do.
They're kind of close. You don't see any ruins right next to them, but you can definitely see like the ruins of a tower here and there. Some larger structures in the distance. It looks like they've set up a little ways outside of the city.
Okay, about how far would you say the main thoroughfare is from the where the city would have been from where we are currently?
Give me a nature and an elven lore.
8 on nature, garbage. Still just garbage. 14.
Okay, taking those together, you're pretty sure they're kind of far out. They're definitely outside the outskirts of this town because you're not seeing a lot to indicate that there's ruins right here. So,
Okay.
I mean, it seems a little far, but you've never done an archaeological dig.
Yep.
So,
Definitely haunted.
Yep.
Starting to wonder if this is a trap. Like, what if they're guiding us to more of their guards and they're about to take us?
I mean,
Nah,
there's definitely a lot of sun elves here. You're seeing them moving between the tents and such.
do I see any people who are wounded?
You do not.
Hurt.
You do not.
Okay. Well, I just kind of look over my shoulder at Lorna and be like, so we're going to go talk to Big League Chew here, whatever his name is.
Blue Leaf. We'll go speak with Blue Leaf, yes. Where is the leader of your encampment then? This is right this way. And he will lead you guys right to the side of the big tent. So you have the very large tent, and beside it, there's a somewhat smaller one. It's still large enough to possibly have 6, 7 people at least laying in it comfortably. And when you walk in, there's a table in the center. There is a golden-skinned, pale blonde hair sun elf standing, and he looks up. He stands up, squares his shoulders, says, I'd heard someone was coming. Montier Blueleaf.
Several Valdane.
You see that he is 4 lifetimes old. He has some distinguished things on his bars, but
Does he have a soul crystal around his neck?
he does.
What
He
kind
does.
of gem is it made of? What color is it?
His is a clear crystal. It is in a
So-
sun,
Very similar to mine.
but it is. There's a jewel around it to hold
Cool.
it.
All right.
This very much like the symbol of Corel Levain around it, as some sun elves have. Some just have a regular crystal. Others have that. He's obviously from a little bit higher up in society. He says, what can I do for you?
She has some business in the dirt.
Perceptions, everyone? He looks toward Lorna. He says, you have, you're here to dig? Says, absolutely. I am here, and I do you have papers? And she pull them out. Says, well, we have papers as well. Pretty easy to pick up on. What do we have here?
23.
22.
25.
23.
Way less than all of that.
That's still an easier thing to look at. What have you
10.
10? 10. You all notice that there is a map on the table.
Success.
You do notice there's things that are marked. It's almost they have it's like red markings that have been placed with paper and such like that onto the map. It's not written on it.
So kind of like layers she can kind of pull up on the map.
Well, it's like they've taken parchment and made it red and put it on
gotcha.
certain areas and X's and such. And those of you that got higher than that, you notice an odd coloration to this sun elf's eyes. He has brown eyes. He has flecks of blue all through them. So it's a weird thing, catches the light even in the tent as the little bit of light that is in there and filtering through from the sun. But he definitely seems very keen on looking at each of you. You notice he's taking a good look at you as you take a look at him. And you also notice not only the map, but the X's. There are 2 or 3 of these X's. And there's some green laid out. It looks like they've been marking danger zones and go zones. And their own camp is marked on this map as well. It looks like they're a good distance from the city. Well, you're here to dig. He will get on the table and pull out a paper as well. He says, we're here to check for some things as well. I hope that our interests aren't going to clash. Oh, I'm sure our interests won't clash. It should be fine. I'm here looking for cultural artifacts and such. Nothing too up there. I work for the Lady Adele in Dromathan. Perhaps you've heard of her and her museum. I have. We're just here to gather some artifacts as well, but there's been some complications. There's been a lot of restless souls in the ruins. The
It's ghosts.
Yes.
Just check.
ones we've come across
Papa
are
was correct.
some of them are tamer than others, I could say. But there have been some that we have not been able to overcome. And if you if you don't have your own map, we have one here, and we have the ones that the areas that they are haunting marked that we have not been able to go into. Everything beyond this green line, we have not even found our way into yet. So who knows how many more.
So I obviously haven't delved into her paperwork, or obviously I have not seen yours. Are you looking for the same things, or are we looking for different things? I know she said she's looking for more mundane items, pottery, cultural stuff, that kind of thing. Are you guys after the same kind of items, or are we looking mainly? I just want to, when we're doing our work, are we going to be stepping on anyone's toes?
Well, I'm more than happy to show you what we have found. We're looking for cultural items as well. We're also looking for historical, more of a, how to put it, old governmental things, things that would actually be helpful to the elves of this day and age. Not necessarily magical, as we highly doubt there's anything magical left. It's obvious that people have been in and out of here. I wouldn't put it past that Orvast has been in and cleared out anything of value, so to speak. So,
I mean, I would.
we have also been recovering soul crystals. The city was devastated and destroyed rather quickly. And they
Correct.
they just left them. No one could come back to get them. So we've been recovering those as well.
I mean, essentially, they're all vacant vessels, correct? Like the souls should have, they've all moved on by now.
Until we vanquished the first of the spirits. Yes, that was true. And we noticed that when we vanquished a few of the spirits, 2 of the crystals lit. So
So when you dispatched of the undead, you released their soul back to the crystal.
yes,
So you're telling me you're walking around with 500-year-old souls in a crystal?
Huh.
Obviously not actively, not been in the crystal for 500 years, but 500-year-old souls in a crystal.
at least 10 of them, yes. And to be honest, it makes me want to stay here and clear the entirety of this city. But I don't know if Orvast will give us that kind of time.
Well, I mean, clearly you have more manpower than we do.
Unfortunately, these areas that we've marked on the map they seem to be beyond my people's capabilities. I've lost 2 to them.
I've not like stepped forward or anything, so I'm still like Lorna's still out in front, so I'm still very much reading the interaction between Lorna and now this big leaf guy, blue leaf guy. So I'm very much just kind of reading this interaction. Clearly, he's emotional about finding the souls and being kind of torn up about that, about their existence. What's her gamut of emotion as he's talking about these souls?
As he started talking about finding the soul crystals, she seemed to kind of brighten a little. I mean, definitely something good to find and
Mhm.
and essentially put back into rotation of elves. But
Mhm.
then to hear that these souls have been trapped as spirits and ghosts and now are finally finding their rest, her mood has just dropped. And the gravity of the situation just kind of has hit her rather hard considering this was an entire city of star elves. So she's definitely quieted down. I'm sorry you came in with much higher spirits than that. It's been rough for the last week.
Um, I appreciate your forthcoming with the information, and I think given the gravity of the situation, I think that my companions and I probably should have a conversation about what our next steps are. Obviously, with escorting her to do her work, obviously there are still well, I guess they're still tethered, but tethered souls to crystals in this city, and that's obviously something that's extremely important to me, and obviously it is to you. So I think that we have much to talk about, and I think you should probably gather what information you have from your men about what kind of spirits these are, and then we could probably reconvene after we have a conversation about what we're doing moving forward.
And unfortunately, I can tell you also that several of these ghosts and spirits have been vanquished, and it's been more than 10. So
There-
hopefully those souls have found their way because we have not seen their crystals.
So you've vanquished more than 10 undead, but
Oh,
only
yes.
only 10 have lit. Gotcha.
Yes.
So
Only 10 have lit that we have
that
found.
you found, correct? So
Yeah.
right.
I mean, you're welcome to make camp outside of ours, but or wherever you wish, but I would highly recommend not making camp within the walls of the city. Well, the perimeter of the city.
That's fair.
The walls are long gone. The stone taken for building among the humans several miles to the north.
Our cart is a quarter or 3/4 of a mile back down the treacherous path through the underbrush. So if you have extra tents or places we can stay, I would be. I don't know that we carried all of our supplies with us down this 3/4 mile hike.
I didn't.
If you have extra lodgings or tents or even just, travel bags, we would greatly appreciate it.
Might take me a minute to figure out where I might house all of you, but I'm sure I can. Come up with something.
We could just throw bags down around the fire, to be honest.
Well, I think I would like to perhaps get back to the wagon and
Okay.
get some supplies, perhaps.
All right.
I would escort her.
Well, I guess we're going to take a walk back to the wagon, and then we'll, I guess, find our way back here. I guess. I don't know that for sure, but whatever she wants. She's the boss.
Kirby, you want to copy the map?
Well, yeah, I mean, I would have. He said he had one for us, so like, I would have already grabbed that. I was just also so many different things going through my head at this moment. Like, I don't think this is normal. One, like, I don't fully know, so that's something we'll hash out. But then I heard soul vanquishing, and I was like, man, it can be Turby, the vanquisher of souls. So. Everything else just kind of went away after that. Like for Turby,
Champion of the afterlife.
right? Yes, putting the elves back into rotation, I
Recirculation.
guess. I don't even know. I heard something
Recirculation.
crazy in there. So yeah, I'm like trekking through the forest, like,
Refresh.
yeah, this is gonna be great. But also wondering, is this normal?
Right.
Is any part of this normal ever?
Yeah, I mean, some people's normal is different than other people's normal. So
It's very true.
That's very true.
As
science.
as you guys are heading back toward the wagon, Lorna seems to kind of try to distance herself from the news that just heard, and Tabby, you how long have you been traveling with your friends here?
I don't know, guys. How long has it been? Like a couple weeks?
Yeah,
Not very long.
like not very long. Like maybe
Not very
maybe a couple of
A
weeks.
couple weeks,
Maybe
yeah, right, yeah.
a couple
Well,
weeks.
Coming
Yeah.
up, you know,
Maybe
month
a
time
week.
frame. I mean, well, now that we've traveled here, it took us a couple days
Yeah.
here, so there.
So not long at all, huh?
No, but
Oh.
you know, minus one little hiccup, they seem like pretty good people. This one just jumped out of a tree one day and joined in. She got a cool leopard. He gets hurt. Makes really bad drinks.
We met
All
in a
been hurt.
at Books and Brews and bonded over a bar fight.
Right.
Minus Avery. Though.
Right.
So
Of course,
tell me,
Lenny,
Lorna.
bar fights for bonding. You know.
Yeah,
So
bar
tell me,
fights
Lorna,
fun.
how did you meet Turby?
Well, I met Tebby when I was looking for someone to guide me to some ruins in the south of Vostril, and I came across Tebby. He volunteered, as he told me he is an expert tracker and
That's
knew
right.
the wilderness of the area very well.
Expert tracker, masterful guide.
And it was actually we met not too far from Dromathan, actually, and then we traveled into Votril. I had a few guards and a couple other hands with me, and he kept watch of us while we dug through the mud. Literally
We didn't have to
through the
find no
mud.
toxic gas thingy to get around, so I mean, it made it a little bit easier.
Yeah, we didn't have a
Ruins are
toxic
ruins.
gas thing to go around that time.
You
But
got
we
tons of great
we
stories.
did run into a couple beasts here and there, which Toby dispatched with a quickness.
Dispatcher of beasts.
But
Just adding them on.
I just I think this dig is a little different perhaps than I thought it might be. As we get back to the cart here, perhaps we can grab our own tents and supplies. And
Barnabas, you looked.
do you think that we should camp with them, or do you think we should not?
You're the boss. I was just merely seeing if they had accommodations that they would offer. If you don't want to camp in the general vicinity, it's, I mean, your boss, I guess your boss is paying the bill, so it's whatever you want.
I pull out the map. We take a quick look between me and Lorna, and be like, okay, what are we looking at? Where we want to go out in here? for the
Well,
day?
Unfortunately, the thing that holds the most interest for me is the library, and it's in the X, the big X. I don't know how you all feel about that, but I doubt they can really see the full extent of the library if the enchantments hold. She looks at the map again, looks toward the trees and like toward the tops of them. For instance, Toby, you see where the X is on the map.
Mhm.
Do you see up there? Do you see anything up there
Maybe.
in that area?
What do I see? Nope. Just absolutely no. I'm like, I got
He's-
the X.
She puts her hand on his, and you then do see
Oh.
this small spire. I think that is the ruins of the library. And as soon as she lets go of your hand, you don't see it anymore.
Where'd it go? Did you guys see?
Do
Anyway.
you see it?
I look where she's pointing.
Or you? Perceptions?
We're looking in the sky.
The look on Sybil's face says he
17?
probably isn't seeing it.
13.
But I'm
Okay.
used to this hokey pokey magic.
Right. Not me.
You guys see treetops
Yeah.
and maybe some stuff here and there, but not where she's pointing.
There's a
Do you
cloud.
see
Short for
anything?
this, I'm sorry.
There's a cloud.
Touch my hands.
I'll grab her hand.
As soon as you do and you look in that area, you do see that little spire.
Oh,
So you see it now.
I do see it.
The enchantment still holds then. So they could possibly have gotten close, but then perhaps the spirits have kept them from truly seeing. And the enchantment holding perhaps might be it as well. So
So we'll get some information on what kind of spirit is in this area from them and see if we can diverse a plan.
Mm-hmm.
good. And I guess I do say that we should help them with finding any crystals as we go.
I say we get
What-
the wagon closer to their camp, but
Yeah.
not in their
Would you
camp.
like to see as well? She holds out her hand to Barnabas and Callie as well.
I must admit I am curious, and
Look, yeah.
I grabbed her hand.
She'll take your hands and point it out again. You would be able to see it as well, but as soon as she stops touching you, it disappears.
Okay.
It's fascinating. My concern is more the spirits kept them out. I'm sure they'll keep us out. And I'm also
We can always try.
That's silly.
Well, with as quickly as you all dispatched that
Shambler.
then I don't think a few spirits will be holding a key.
This will be your
You should
time
be
to
fine.
shine.
possibly
What's your concern?
not so much concern as it is befuddlement. Like clearly there's some abnormalities to the spirits not finding their crystals and being stuck here for centuries, and then finding the crystals again when they're killed again, whatever that I suppose that means. I don't understand the concept of the souls and the crystals as well as I should like.
Sometimes tragic deaths create spirits. And this city was destroyed.
One of the
So-
greatest
Sure.
tragedies of my history.
But I guess I don't understand fully the crystal phenomenon.
Would
Like
you-
why?
Like me to elaborate?
Yes, I think if we have some time tonight when we're sitting around camp or something, we could discuss
Well,
what this means.
Let's set up camp and ourselves can give you a
Find a good
history
spot.
lesson on
Right.
soul crystals.
Yes, I'd love to learn more.
Find a good old spot for camp where we can see their camp and be.
Yes. But I
Within
would prepare some
range.
food for
Right.
us.
Ooh, yay!
Wow.
With a campsite found and Barnabas beginning to prepare something to eat, I think that is a good place for us to stop for the evening.
I do remember that as we were sitting around when I was going to start to instruct them about the soul crystal, I do remember that I took my soul crystal off my neck and I handed it to Barnabas so he could hold it and look at it while I'm going to tell them about what's going on.
All right.
I remember being somewhat honored by that, like having a sense of, oh, he's entrusting me with this. Clearly, this is an important symbol of their culture. So I gingerly take it and study it as you're explaining.
That will do it for us for the evening. And we don't have Overwatch, so we'll have to say goodbye, everyone. Mhm. Bye.
Good night. See you at camp.